A great matchup of two top 20 teams, both teams and coaches trying to find out what they have early in the season with a lot of young players.
Both teams kind of played contrasting games in the, we might call them the semifinals. The opening round last night, Colorado College a 4-3 victory against the UAA Seawolves. And in that one, Scott, it was 5 goals in the first 10 shots. It was 3-2 after the first period. We thought maybe the first team that got to 10 goals was going to win the game.
Yeah, definitely. Last night was a shootout in that first period. Both teams were lighting it up. Some very nice goals by both teams. And then it settled down and ultimately to a 4-3 Tiger win.
Obviously, there were 4 different goal scorers for the Colorado College team in that one, and I think we'll see Mr. Hull in goal tonight. The other goaltender started last night for Colorado College. Scott Grenham will get the call for the Nanoks in tonight's contest. He played last night, Scott, in the Nanoks 2-1 victory. It was less than 3 minutes to go in regulation time when this one was decided, as Kevin Penavello got credit for the game-winning goal as he won the game 2-1 late in the contest over Union College.
Yeah, that was a tight college hockey game. 1-1 game till the very end, and ultimately the home team found a way to get that win, and that's usually a sign of a good team, to find a way to get that win at home.
Should be a good one tonight. Colorado College comes in from the WCHA. Scott Owens, veteran coach. He's the winningest coach in Colorado College history and the longest tenured coach for that program.
Yeah, he's done a great job at CC. It's a beautiful community, beautiful facility. They're perennially one of the top programs in the country, and this year's no different. And I expect at the end of the year, CC will be in the hunt for an NCAA tournament berth as usual.
And for the Nanoks, Dallas Ferguson is in his 3rd year. What does he do for an encore? The first year, he's the CCHA Coach of the Year, led the Nanoks to a 4th place finish in the Central Collegiate Hockey Association standings. 1 year ago, the first ever appearance in the NCAA National Tournament for the Nanoks under Coach Ferguson, and under any coach. Went to Worcester, Massachusetts, and lost to national champion Boston College by a score of 3-1, an empty net goal in that one. And this year, what's he do for an encore?
Well, that's to be determined, I suppose. Certainly the program's headed in the right direction. They have a good bunch of players. This is a quick team that's got really a lot of balance in all the classes, Bruce, but after an NCAA tournament berth, they have a very difficult schedule this year, the way the clusters works out in the CCHA. So these early games are a good indication of getting that chemistry going, and so a lot of hockey to be played, but I certainly see good things ahead for this Alaska team.
All right, championship game. It's coming up next here from the Carlson Center on the big ice, the Olympic ice that measures 200 by 100. We'll take a 2-minute timeout and bring it back to the Carlson Center. We're getting you ready for championship hockey tonight, Colorado College and the Alaska Nanoks. It's the 2010 Brice Alaska Go Rush. It's the Carlson Center, and it's Alaska Nanok hockey.
Fox Monday is the most compelling night on TV. First, as the smallest patient fights to survive, can House perform a miracle?
It's insanely risky to open her up.
Jennifer Grey guest stars.
Why does baby seem like she's cured? I have no idea.
All new House. Then, is Lightman involved with a corrupt cop? He'll risk everything.
What do you see in her account?
To find the truth.
I can't lose the one cup I can squeeze on the street.
All new Lie to Me. It all starts Monday at 8/7 Central on Fox.
Colombia, Mexico, Costa Rica. Our products may be international, but our business is local. That's why North Pole Coffee Roasting Company chose Denali State Bank. Denali State Bank understands what challenges local businesses face. They helped us with loans to buy our building and renovate it. North Pole Coffee Roasting Company may not be the biggest customer in town, but they make us feel like we are. They're absolutely wonderful to work with. This is my life. This is my bank.
No one can understand the life of a woman in the developing world better than another woman in any part of the world. The struggle to be equal and to be allowed to realize your potential. At CARE, we found that when women are empowered, it's one of the fastest ways to help the world move forward. If you'll just reach out and lend a hand, you won't believe what you can start. Visit care.org.
Nothing gives you energy or hits the spot like a good cappuccino or iced latte. Your local McDonald's continues to provide reduced prices on mochas, lattes, and cappuccinos. Take advantage of this drink special and refresh yourself with McDonald's exceptional coffee drinks. While getting your perk at McDonald's in Fairbanks and North Pole, feel free to pick up a 50-cent apple pie. Quality is as great as ever, but now at even better low espresso menu prices. These prices apply at any of the 4 local McDonald's.
15 minutes before we're going to drop the puck here as that first game went a little long. Our satellite window took us at the top of the hour for Fox 7 TV. And basically, channel, I think it's 57, the CW down in Colorado Springs, Colorado. And, of course, we have coverage on 91.5 KSUA, our flagship, streaming live at 91.5 KSUA in College, Alaska. And we've got both these teams playing here and getting ready for the openers of their conference schedules next year, as the Colorado College team, Scott, will be playing on the road in Mankato, Minnesota to take on Minnesota State. And the Alaska Nanooks are going to be playing down at Michigan State against the Michigan State Spartans. So the championship game is coming up here. And Scott, like I say, we're going to be about 14 minutes away before they drop the puck. We do apologize. That first game went just a little bit long.
We might be talking about a lot of things, including baseball, Bruce, by the time this pregame is over.
Texas won today.
I know, and that's great. Go Rangers. But anyway, yeah, this should be a great matchup. The crowd continues to file in here, Bruce. It's going to be a fun atmosphere. Everyone's waiting to see a good college game tonight between two teams ranked in the top 20 in the country. So hopefully the teams won't disappoint tonight.
Colorado College, Scott Owens, their head coach, and a little bit about the program. Like I say, they're out of Colorado Springs, Colorado. They got the likes of Denver, and they get to play the Minnesotas, and obviously Alaska Anchorage. This is the first of 2 trips for this team up to the great state of Alaska. They come up to take on UAA and Sullivan Arena in regular season play, so they'll actually meet at least 3 or 4 times, 5 times this year, with 4 regular season meetings, and of course the game that they played yesterday here in game number 1 of the tournament.
Yeah, they're going to get to know each other pretty well by the end of the season. There's probably more games than a coach like to play in a season, but you get a chance to go to a tournament early in the year to play some non-conference opponents, especially see what some of your freshmen can do. You're going to take that every time. So I'm sure they're happy to be up here and to get this game time experience before they start their WCHA play.
Scott Owens is our head coach. A little bit of a challenge this year. 16 of the 26 players are either just their first or second year, Scott, so a little teaching to be done. And when it comes down to teaching, you look at the assistant coaching staff, and a name really sticks out. Jason Lammers, who was an assistant coach here under Guy Godowski at UAF at the time, now known as the Alaska Nanooks. Jason Lammers now on the coaching staff. Had a chance to see him at the banquet on Thursday night over at the Westmark.
Yeah, he's been this second year, I believe, at CC, was at Ohio State before that, and he's been at a few different programs, Division III out east, maybe it was Plattsburgh, not sure for that, but before that, the Alaska program. So he's certainly building his resume.
We look at a couple of the guys that we'll be watching. Rylan Schwartz and Joe Howe were WCHA All-Rookie Team selections from last year, and now his brother Jaden Schwartz is an All-WCHA selection for this year.
Well, yeah, leading scorer in the USHL last year, I believe, so certainly giving them some dynamic punch up front for the Tigers.
Last night it was Josh Thornbert that played in goal. Tonight we'll see Joe Howe. He's a sophomore from Plymouth, Minnesota, 6'0", 188. Through the date, he's 1-0-1 with a 1.44 goals against average and a save percentage of .941. He'll probably be the guy that carries the workload for the CC team this year.
Well, as we all know, it starts from the net for any team that's going to have success. So Scott Grenham for the Nanooks is certainly going to be somebody that the Nanooks have to play well. And obviously tonight, Howe is going in net for the Tigers. And you got to get the solid, you got to have the goaltenders make saves they're supposed to make and a few that they're not supposed to make to have a chance to be a very good hockey team.
For this Alaska Nanook hockey team, for our friends down in southern Colorado tonight, it starts and go with Scott Grenham. Started all 39 games for the Alaska Nanooks last year, and he started every game so far this year. And waiting to get a chance are guys like Steve Thompson from Anchorage and Cullen Rundell, but our coach is a one kind of goaltender guy, and it's been Scott Grenham to play. In fact, I think Thompson got in shades of 2 games last year, just kind of a little mop-up duty.
Yeah, I'm sure they'd like to get Thompson and maybe Rundell some game action, Bruce, for sure. But the way the schedule's dictated sometimes and the way Scott Grenham's played, he's warranted the action. You got to remember when Grenham came in as a freshman, there was a pretty good goaltender in front of him, Chad Johnson, now with the New York Ranger organization, and an All-American. So sometimes you got to pay your dues before you get some opportunity, but I know they'd like to get those guys some action if they can.
Well, when it comes down to his scouting report, Andy Toronto's the guy that the Nanooks certainly know will get the job done. He was held scoreless in the Kendall Classic down in Anchorage last weekend, but last night registered his first goal and first assist of the season. All this guy did last year was be named the CCHA Rookie of the Year. Some pretty good accolades.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And he had a tough start, so to speak, in the first several games, not being able to generate any points. But last night he came through in a big way, got a goal and an assist, and really made his presence felt. So that was a good sign for this Alaska team.
And this is a program up here at Alaska Fairbanks where a long time ago it was tough to recruit, but all of a sudden winning breeds success, and right now it's a tough time to get a spot here. Look at Colton Beck and Cody Kunick. These freshmen have stepped right into the starting lineup. A lot of times they tell you if you want to go play at a program, you be on a 4th or 5th line, say at a Michigan or maybe a Denver type thing. You come up to Alaska, you play right away. You can't even tell Beck or Kunick were even freshmen.
No, they're they're going to be key players for this team. They're very skilled guys. Kunik was the Canadian Junior Hockey Player of the Year last year of all the junior hockey leagues, the Alberta League, BC League, Saskatchewan, Manitoba, and on and on. He was the guy, and was on the World Junior team, was an all star player there. So he's certainly going to be a key player for this Nanooks as he begins his freshman season. So it'll be interesting to watch those guys develop.
North American Hockey League, they've got a team here, the Fairbanks Ice Dogs playing the North American Hockey League. They've got the weekend off, getting a chance to watch some hockey here. We've got an indoor pro football team in the Arena League and summer baseball up here. Fairbanks city population about 30,000, about 75,000 in the greater area here, and we're 365 miles north of Anchorage to give you a little bit of the geography, and it's got to be hockey weather with a little light dusting of snow on the ground.
Exactly. You know, Fairbanks, for the people listening in Colorado Springs, is really a hockey town. There's no question about it, Bruce. Got a nice facility here in the Carlson Center. The fans love their team, and that's really been, you know, when the Nanook coaches recruit kids, they're recruiting, they want to create a culture of winning in hockey and bring these kids in, and the fans care big time. And there's no other place in college hockey where there's a post-game press conference where the fans go in and get a chance to listen in on the media's question to the players and coaches, and then ask questions themselves. It's really an amazing sight to see when you have a couple of hundred people in a room cheering their team as they come in and then being a part of the equation. So that just shows you the passion that this community has for this Alaska Nanook hockey team.
And we mentioned quite a facility here. This is Olympic ice measuring 200 by 100. Brand new boards and brand new glass here, the seamless glass here. This building was built back in the early 90s, I think 1992, so this is the first real facelift we've got here. A building that seats close to 4,500, played host concerts by Elton John, and we've seen wrestling and the circus in this building too, so kind of hard to get things up here to the Great White North here in the last frontier, but they do a pretty good job on doing that. Referees are out. We await the arrival of the teams. We're going to get a chance to get the starting lineups and the light show for you here on our TV broadcast. And as we mentioned, we're still up the better part of 7 minutes away from the start of today's game. We'll certainly have the national anthem for you, too. We welcome everybody in Colorado Springs country on the CW, Southern Colorado. And here in Fairbanks on KFXF, Fox 7 TV, and locally our flagship 91.5 KSUA radio with free on-net with a free video, or free audio, I should say, compliments of KSUA. And the video this year used to be the B2, it's now America1.com, America1.com.
What the fans are seeing now is the intro that the won some awards for the Nanooks. Pretty wild intro to introduce the team.
Nanooks are taking the ice. Colorado College down to our left. We'll be sending it downstairs for the starting lineups and the national anthem, so we'll have that all for you here, so it should be good. Referees are assigned out of the Central Collegiate Hockey Association, and it's the same crew that I believe we saw last night, Scott, that'll be calling today's game. Brian Aaron will be the lead official. And like I say, we should be able to, if we need another break, we'll take it. Otherwise, we can take it downstairs for starting lineups. We've got the capability of let's keep it right here, because we don't get a chance to do that too often. You'll get a chance to hear the starting lineups and the national anthem of today's game, Colorado College and the Alaska Nanooks. The CCHA, the WCHA, building that seats, as we mentioned, about 4,500 fans. And let's take it downstairs.
Fairbanks. Welcome to the final game of the 2010 Brice Alaska Gold Rush between the Tigers from Colorado College and your Alaska Nanooks. Here are tonight's starting lineups. First for the Tigers. At left wing, number 8, Jaden Schwartz. At center, number 13, Ryland Schwartz. At right wing, number 15, Andrew Hamburg. At left defense, number 24, Ryan Lowry. At right defense, number 7, Eamon McDermott. And in goal, number 31, Joe Howe. And the rest of the Tigers. And now, here are the starting lineups for your Alaska Nanooks. At left wing, number 9, Kevin Pedavello. At center, number 17, Jarrett Granberg. At right wing, number 29, Andy Toronto. At left defense, number 23, Brian Molly. At right defense, number 4, Scott Enders. And in goal for the Nanooks, number 35, Scott Grenham. And the rest of your Nanooks. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise and remove your hats to honor America for the singing of the national anthem by Teresa Thompson.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
And we're just about ready to play hockey, the championship game of the 2010 edition of the Brice Alaska Go Rush. And as we mentioned on the radio side, Scott, the field's already been announced for next year. Mercyhurst will be here along with Nebraska Omaha, the Mavericks, who are in the CCHA, now in the WCHA. And we've got Merrimack and North Dakota here in 2012.
Yeah, this tournament continues to build, Bruce. A great field this year, and I'm sure it's only going to get better as the years go on. It's a great way to start the season for the Alaska team.
All right, Nanook Hockey on 91.5 KSUA, our flagship, being brought to you by Dr. Carrie S. Keller, Sports Medicine Fairbanks, the Pump House Restaurant by the law firm of Zimmerman and Wallace, by Lou's TV and Satellite Service, the certified public accountant firm of Walsh, Kelleher and Sharp, by Elkan Hockey, Dean Fort Orchuk and Elkan Hockey, Elkan Sports, by Usabelli Coal Mine, by Roger McKinnon and Sport King, by North Pole Coffee Roasting Company, by Denali Industrial Supply Home to Milwaukee Tools, by Denali State Bank, by the Wade Klippenstein family, by the Godey and Triplet families, by Alaska Nanook supporter Al Sparks, and by the Alaska Nanook Faceoff Club. Teams huddled around their goaltenders. Joe Howe will get the start in net tonight for the Colorado College Tigers. And it's going to be Scott Grenham, to no surprise, down on the side of the goal for the Alaska Nanooks. He'll be decked out in their gold and blue uniforms, and it's a black and gold for CC.
I got to take this time, Bruce, to say hello to the sports information staff at Colorado College. Dave Morose, Dave Reed, a couple of guys that do a great job there at Colorado College, and I'm sure they deserve raises. So just got to say hello to those guys.
Starting lineups, Kevin Pedavello at left wing for the Nanooks, Jared Granberg at center, Andy Toronto on the right side, defensively Bryant Molly and Justin Day, goaltender Scott Grenham. And as you heard, Jaden Schwartz left wing. It's brother Ryan Schwartz at center. Andrew Hamburg will score the game-winning goal last night, goes at right side. And defensively, it's Ryan Lowry and Eamon McDermott on the defense, and Joe Howe in net. Ready to drop the puck as we get this one underway, as the Nanooks will pick it back up at their own blue line. It's Enders up now to Andy Toronto. Back defensively goes Colorado College as McDermott gets to the puck first. Granberg will take it away. Takes a bump there in the corner to the left side of the CC net. Just underway, championship contest of this game between Colorado College and the Alaska Nanooks. With the puck now is Rylan Schwartz. He'll play it back over to McDermott in the near circle as Colorado College tries to work it out of their own zone. McDermott coughs it up. Petavello back to the point now for Bryant Molly. Molly side of the go for Granberg. That puck squirts dangerously toward the crease area, but then cleared out by Colorado College. As Ryland Schwartz will dump it in, he'll play it back over to Jaden Schwartz. Brother to brother, and back behind the net, Ryland's got the puck. Trying to center out front. As Bryant Molly picks it up and clears it out to the neutral ice area. Almost a minute down in the first period of play. Glad to have you tuned in across the great state of Alaska. Compliments of GCI, Fox 7, and all over Colorado Springs and southern Colorado via the CW. Saturday night hockey from Fairbanks, Alaska. Puck cleared in. They'll chase it down as Joe Marciano battles make that to Cody Kunik for puck possession. Marciano gets it up now to Tim Hall. Hall scored a goal in last night's contest. 4 different goal scorers. In fact, when I looked at the score sheet, everybody that scored a point, whether a goal or assist, not one guy scored more than 1 point last night for CC.
Yeah, it's been pretty, the offensive has been pretty evenly spread out thus far, Bruce.
Dustin Sather taking a bump in the corner there from David Civitres. Civitres trying to kick it loose with some help now from his teammate Tim Hall. Picked up by Colton Beck. Beck now into the corner. Back to the right point position. Aaron Jens, shot blocked down by Hall. Natics keeping in left point for Joe Silva, who had a couple of more helpers in last night's contest. Here's a chance for Derek Clausen. Actually, correction, it's Cody Kunik with the puck. Kunik 37, Clausen wears 27. Those gold uniforms make it interesting from time to time. Back to pick up now is Gabe Gensel. Gensel can't clear it out. Sather now with pressure from Joe Marciano. We're going to see a delayed penalty call coming up, and the first penalty will put the Natics on a power play.
The Naniks doing a great job of holding the zone there in the CC defensive zone, and CC just took a penalty. I think they were getting a little tired, wanted a line change there, Bruce, but we are going to see a 2-minute penalty. We'll see what the call is here at 7:50.
2:05 will be the infraction whistle down against Colorado College, and it's going to be a boarding call. So boarding is the official call, assessed to the defenseman number 4, Joe Marciano. So Marciano gets the call. So Marciano sits down for 2, and we'll check out the power play unit now for the Alaska Naniks.
Marciano, 2 minutes for boarding. That's number 4, Joe Marciano, 2 minutes for boarding. The Naniks are on the power play.
As the Naniks work on the power play. Back behind the goal. Naniks are working back left point to Joe Silva. Silva swings it right side to Aaron Jens. Jens in the circle to Granberg. Back out top to Jens. Back to Joe Silva. Silva off the backboards. Here's Toronto with an opportunity. Goaltender Hull holds his ground. Naniks right through the blue paint area. Back out top for Joe Silva. Silva gets it back to Jens. Jens to Garrett. To Jarrett to Granberg. Jarrett Granberg back at the right point. Into the corner now for Carlo Fanucci. Fanucci back out top to Jens. Jens back to Silva. Silva to Jens. They work it back to the top of the circle, down to the goal line. Here's Jarrett Granberg. Granberg now for Jens. A quick shot. That one is blocked out from some bodies out front. Silva back out top. Power play unit now for minute 12. Here's Carlo Fanucci. Trailer skates in, puck taken away, and it's going to be cleared by Alexander Krusheniski as he dumps up down the ice. Freshman at 5'11", 170 from suburban Detroit, Bloomfield Hills, Michigan.
Alaska's doing a good job of holding the zone, working the puck around. They haven't pulled the trigger quite enough yet, Bruce, so give CC credit for clogging those lanes.
Kunik shoots it in. Picked up by Beck. Colton Beck, side of the far face-off circle. Power play for another 45 seconds. Off the backboards. Again, this is brand new boards and brand new glass, and it ricochets right to the side of goaltender Howe, and he's going to cover up and hold on.
Well, that puck was kind of right under his pads, dancing on the goal line, but he did a good job of smothering that.
Andrew Hamburg got credit for the game-winning goal in last night's contest, and just see how it takes the bounce there and eluded the players there, and luckily the goaltender able to pounce on top of that one. Joe Hall, the sophomore from Minnesota.
Almost ricocheted off his pad and in, but he was able to keep it there.
Genzel up. Andrews does a great job to try to keep it in, but they whistle it offsides against Alaska. So 16:28 to go in the first, and still 34 seconds left to go in the penalty to Marciano.
The Naniks only had 2 power plays all last night, Bruce, and really didn't get anything going. Tonight, this is their first one, but they've really been able to establish it and work the puck around pretty well thus far.
On the draw, it'll be Nick Deneen. But the Natics picking up. Bryant Molly will drill it from the far corner. Petavello picks it up back behind the net. Kevin Petavello back to Colton Beck. Back out top to Bryant Molly from Anchorage, Alaska. Back to Enders. Back out top for Bryant Molly. Into the circle for Beck. Out front for Petavello. Genzel gets to the puck, trying to work it loose. Genzel outnumbered now 3 against 1, looking for some help from his defenseman, Mike Boyan. Finally picked up and cleared by Nick Deneen. Deneen brings it up the ice. Short-handed opportunity, backhands it, penalties over, and we've got Colorado College back at full strength. So the Nanooks are 0 for 1 on the power play. CC had 2 power play goals, Scott, in last night's contest.
Yeah, they did a pretty good job of moving the puck. Had a couple sniper-type goals.
Here's a chance along the boards for Fernucci to bat it out. Back at the right point position. McDermott with a shot that's deflected just off the mark. Picked up by Nick Yaremchuk. He'll clear it now for Alaska. He'll take it zone to zone. Yaremchuk now centers out front. Knocked down by McDermott. Into the corner, it's Ryan Lowry. Lowry centers it up front. As he'll clear it out to William Rapuzzi, and he's also from Anchorage and scored a goal in last night's contest. Here's McDermott in front of the player bench area, lifts it in, they'll chase it down. A line change now for Colorado College. Tigers and the Nanooks are at the Carlson Center for the championship of the Brice Alaska Gold Rush. We used to have a Great Alaska tournament around Thanksgiving time. Many years ago out front. Centering pass does not click that time as they try to work it for Andrew Hamburg. Joe Silva plays it up the boards, and it's going to be cleared out now. As up the ice, it's steered in. Chasing down Kevin Petavello. Petavello back over now. To the point, they'll work it for Justin Degg. His shot goes off the mark. And defensively tracking down Joe Marciano. He'll dump it out center ice. Gets it up for Rylan Schwartz. He'll clear it in. Justin Degg gets to the puck first. Degg will get it now to Jarrett Granberg. Granberg gets past one player, lifts it to Andy Toronto. They keep it onside. Here's Toronto, bounces off the stick of Degg, and it's cleared back up the ice. And here comes Tyler Johnson. Johnson tries to take it to the net, and he's taken wide by Bryant Molly. So Molly does a good job to clear it up the ice.
A lot of end-to-end action here, Bruce. Great hockey thus far by both teams.
Here's a takeaway by Tyler Johnson. A quick shot and go. Nearly handcuffed Brennan. Makes the save, and the rebound cleared and steered wide by Bryant Molly. Molly up to Petavello. And back to the blue line, it's Arthur Bidwell. That name sounds familiar. He played for the Fairbanks Ice Dogs. Where's number 2, the junior from Fontana, Wisconsin. So Fairbanks kind of like coming home. Right on front. Centering pass out front for Hall. Great chance for Tim Hall, and Grenham in the right place at the right time.
Very good save by Grenham there.
Here comes Cody Kunik back the other way. And a skate save made that time by Hall.
Nice.
2 great scoring chances for both teams. A shot from outside the blue line. Howell will glove it. Boy, Scott, it's really opened up here. Shots are 2-2 and great scoring opportunities for both teams aside. Enders blocked down. Look out. Enders lost it. Hall chases down, but Enders is able to slap it away. Gets help now from defenseman Bryant Molly. Out front, it squirts wide. Chance for Nick Deneen, who couldn't control it. Meantime, it's David Civitrees with the puck. Civitrees getting it back over for Deneen. Deneen back for number 16, and that is Krushelnyski as he puts up Krushelnyski with an opportunity. Back toward the point, into the corner, they'll work with it. Civitrees lost it to Enders. Genzel will come in from his defensive position, play it back behind the net. As Colorado College keeps it alive, Nanooks will finally pick it up and play it up and working out of the zone with 12:40 to go in the first period of play. Hardly a whistle in this one here. We got brand new glass, 8-foot glass here, and folks have the seamless glass to look through, and we just had non-stop play here in period number 1.
I don't think we've had more than a couple whistles this whole period with 12:23 left.
Don't think so. Here's Enders back in the corner. He'll clear it center, just a bit too far. Seeing his first action is Chad Guion, number 26, his first action of the season. Enders with the puck, plays it up now to Guion. Chad Guion on left wing, skates at center, drops it back now to Joe Silva. Silva will bring it in. Silva now with a quick shot that goes high and off the mark as we're 8 minutes into period number 1. Colorado College trying to work it out. Bidwell picks up the puck, bangs it off the glass, and it's going to be swatted out there by William Rapuzzi. Here's an opportunity off the stick of Steven Schultz, and that goes wide. Back to track down Steven Schultz once again. Schultz has got the puck. He'll play it back for his teammate to Archie Skelbeck. Skelbeck can't keep it in. Along the boards now, Guion trying to clear it. Back to Joe Silva. 11:32 to go, and they scored his first period of play. Pretty good crowd tonight. We had about 2,700 folks here last night for the second game of the Brice Alaska Go Rush, and the first official appearance in the building here for the Nanooks as they played an exhibition game in their Blue Go game on campus at the University rink. Opportunity. Skating in comes Jaden Schwartz. Schwartz comes in, taken wide to the corner. Schwartz will pick it back up, side circle. Pressure now from Jarrett Granberg and Justin Daig. Daig lifts it high along that new glass along the boards, and they rim it up now to Andy Toronto. Toronto bumped off the play, but picked up by Kevin Petavello. He'll drill it back in. Chasing down and getting the puck first is Joe Marciano.
What a pace to this game here.
It is incredible, Scott. We haven't had a whistle here 10 minutes in. We had 15 minutes to kill to get on the broadcast of nonstop action ever since. Opportunity now for number 8, Jaden Schwartz. Boy, goaltender goes wide right, and luckily the puck goes wide left. It stays out of the net. Kevin Petavello shooting it back in. Kenzel and Toronto collide into the boards. Toronto wins that battle to keep the puck alive. Here's Toronto with it. Toronto back toward the point. Puck taken away by Tim Hall. Hall plays it up for Nick Deneen. They keep it onside. Here's an opportunity for Hall, pinching in. Can't get the shot on goal as he was tied up by Nick Uremchik, who picks up the puck and will clear the zone up to neutral ice area. Shot back in by Mike Boyan. Right on goal, and a save made by Scott Grenham. As we will stop the clock with 10:04 to, well, we didn't stop. He didn't stop the play there as the play continued. I'm getting ready for the first media timeout.
Yeah.
What the heck? We'll keep the play going. Here's Enders with a chance to pick it up back there. So Grenham made the save and keeps the play going. Nannix cleared the zone. The outlet pass steered in by Nick Uremchuk. High off the glass, corner to corner. And back to go and get us Arthur Bidwell. Bidwell up to center ice where it's tracked down by Joe Sova. Sova to Aaron Jens, the kid from Baudette, Minnesota, back to Chicago, Illinois native. Joe Sova, puck taken away. Up the ice now comes Boyan. Boyan, the defenseman, pitches in deep. Quick shot in, cutting down the angle there, and a good job to cover up is Scott Grenham. Hall's got it again with pressure from Cody Kunik. It's Tim Hall, the junior from Swickley, Pennsylvania, back to the left point position. They'll put a shot that's directed wide. Jens now able to pick up that puck first. Jens up now to Carlo Fanucci. Lead pass gets it up toward Colton Beck. A little bit too far as Eamon McDermott gets to it first. McDermott on the left wing pass. Slides it up for Alexander Krushelnyski. Nannix will reclaim it, shoot it back in as McDermott back again for Lowry. 8:50 to go in the first period of play. They'll bring it in, and we get an offsides play. We've got a timeout on the ice, so we'll take our first official timeout with 8:49 to go in the first period of play. No score between Colorado College and Alaska. This is the 2010 Brice Alaska Go Rush, and this is Alaska Nanook Hockey.
Welcome to Kendall Subaru Fairbanks. Kendall is your home for factory authorized Subaru service and to an extensive selection of new Subarus, including the new 2011 Subaru Outback. There's never been any additional dealer markup on new Subarus, and every new Subaru comes equipped with a winterization package. Stop on by and see us at the corner of Johansson and Danby, or log on to KendallAutoAlaska.com today. Find your next vehicle at Kendall Subaru Fairbanks, where shopping will always be simple, fun, and easy.
Goldie and Triplet families, Alaska Nanook supporter Alice Marks, and the Alaska Nanook Face-Off Club. $8:49 to go in the opening period of play here. No score. Shots are 4-4, but up and down action, Scott, for both teams here. We've had a very good pace of hockey.
Yeah, it's an exciting pace. Two good skating teams going at it here, Bruce.
So
here's to another great season.
The face-off will take place now to the side of the Nanook bench. And on the draw, it is picked up defensively by Joe Marciano. Marciano got it up for Scott Winkler. The fourth line out now with Krushelnyski, Scott Winkler, and Sivitries out there for the Colorado College team. They'll clear it right on goal, and a save made by Howe. Another opportunity into the corner picked up by Colton Beck. Back out top for Bryant Molly. Molly through a screen. It's blocked down. Genzo picks it up and clears it on the left side now for Krushelnyski. Krushelnyski works it back defensively now for Joe Marciano. Marciano takes it blue line to blue line, dumps it in off the backboards, comes to the side of the goal and picked up by Justin Daig. 8:10 to go, first period. No score in this one. The winner of this one gets the championship of the Brice Alaska Go Rush. And as we mentioned, both teams on the road next weekend with Colorado College at Minnesota State and the Alaska Nanooks in East Lansing, Michigan to take on the Michigan State Spartans in their CCHA openers. Race for the puck. Won by Bryant Molly. Up now for Ron Myers. He'll just kind of tie up the CC players. It ricochets all the way back to the Colorado College Tiger blue stripe. Back to work with it is Steven Schultz. He'll bump it in. Back to it first is Michael Quinn, a freshman defenseman. Nanooks have 4 freshmen on this year's team, 5 newcomers, with the other newcomer being Mr. Henderson from Michigan State. Transfer kid, so 5 newcomers, 4 technical freshmen as Henderson comes in with sophomore eligibility. It's Steven Schultz. again back at center ice. Lifts it high to the corner, and again, it bounces off those lively boards where Scott Enders gets it over to Michael Quinn. Quinn gets a double team. Puck taken away, trying to center out front, comes back toward the point now for Ryan Lowry, but cleared by the Nanooks. They've got some numbers now, 3 against 2 as Granberg comes in along with Myers and Kevin Penavello. It's Granberg in the near corner. Granberg skates with it. Puck taken away by Colorado College and cleared up the ice by Andrew Hamburg. They'll lead it in, picked up by Jens. Jens takes a shot now from Ryland Schwartz. 4 players go for it, and coming out of the pack with the puck is Kevin Penavello. Quickly centers as Genzel tracks it down. 6:40 to go, first period of play. Shots are Alaska 5 and Colorado College 0. The veteran Scott Owens and the relatively newcomer, third-year coach Dallas Ferguson.
Much different game than the last night's game with Alaska. Anchorage for the Tigers was probably 3-3 at this point in the game.
Yeah, they scored 5 goals in that first period of play, settled down for a 4-3 final. Genzel shoots it up, shoots it out, and we're going to get an icing call whistled down against. Nope, that's the hybrid icing rule where the Colorado player got to it first. They wave off the icing call. Here comes Granberg. Granberg with a blistering shot. Glove save made. It ricochets in, and they score. Wow, what a shot and what a goal.
Granberg came down the left side, let go with a ripper. Bruce, goaltender, made the glove save, or so he thought. It trickled in here. We're getting another shot at it. Granberg skates up. He has the passing option, but he just rips it right here. Glove save that just couldn't quite contain it, and it trickles in.
Time of the goal is going to be 13 minutes and 56 seconds of period number 1. A heck of a slap shot that Hull got most of, but it had enough RPM to find its way through and into the net. So we'll get a score here and get the official call from downstairs.
Your Nanook goal, his first of the season, scored by number 17, Jared Granberg. Assisted by number 29, Andy Toronto.
So Toronto picks up a helper on that goal. And now the Nanooks are 1-0, as looks like we'll stop play here with 5:38 to go. So with 5:38 to go, and we'll keep a face-off to the right side of goaltender Joe Howe. So 1-0 Nanooks on their 6th official shot on goal, and credit the goal to Jared Granberg. Yes, Granberg probably was a little upset last night. He had credit for technically the game-winning goal, and they took it away and give it to Kevin Penavello. Here's Joe Silva back at the point, blocked down nicely, picked back up Nanooks. Another opportunity out front. Howe got a piece of that. As on the doorstep were Yaremchuk and Derek Clausen. They'll play it back to Jens. Jens at the right point position. Side circle is Yaremchuk. Yaremchuk has it. Yaremchuk now back for Carlo Fanucci. Fanucci has the puck. Fanucci gets a double team now. He has tried to kick it loose there with Scott Winkler. He'll play it to the near side for teammate David Civitri. Civitri shoots it up and out. Up the ice now for Krushelnyski. He'll clear it in. Picked up now by Aaron Jens. Jens now skates with it. As Jens works with it. 4:58 to go. Okay. On the left wing, going to be cleared back in. And with it now is number 14, Steven Schultz. Back to Nanooks as Sadler takes it away, plays it up to Colton Beck. Beck on the right wing. Beck skates with it. Beck now back behind the Colorado College goal. Picked up now by Cody Kunik. Kunik getting some pressure now from McDermott. And number 12 out there is Archie Skelback. Still controlled now by Cody Kunik. Kunik loses to McDermott. McDermott up along the boards. Taken away now by Dustin Sather. Back for Cody Kunik. Kunik's out of the far face-off circle. Sather in the corner now to Beck. He'll take it side circle. Left point now from Michael Quinn. Quinn skates with it. Quinn again back behind the net. Shoots it far side as Enders now will shoot with it. Enders works with it. Enders has got the puck. Now the puck is taken away by Colorado College. And with 4 minutes to go, they'll work with it. Back behind the net. It's McDermott. McDermott works with it. And puck cleared back in. 3:50 to go. Out front now for Marciano. Marciano side circle. Back with the puck is Adam Henderson for the Nanooks. Trying to clear it out. Gets it up now for Chad Guion. Guion playing it back defensively for Justin Degg. On the right side to Ron Myers, clearing it back in. Natick players out of the lineup tonight include Eric Schlemp, Cor Odegaard, Justin Filson, Ryan Houle, Adam Cardwell, and Cody Butcher. On front, opportunity. A chance there as they steer it wide as Ryland Schwartz and Andrew Hamburg try to take it to the net, and they get it to go wide. Picked up again by Ryland Schwartz. It's picked up in the corner again by Andrew Hamburg. Hamburg skates with it. Got a delayed penalty now coming up against the Alaska Natick, so a delayed penalty coming up. They've got an extra skater. Quick shot on goal and a glove saved by Grenham, and a power play when we come back out of the timeout coming up for Colorado College. We've got a timeout on the ice with 3:02 to skate in the first period of play, and with the score, the Alaska Natics 1 and Colorado College nothing. We're coming back in 30. This is the 2010 Brice Alaska Go Rush. This is Alaska Natick Hockey.
What could be better than a new Toyota? How about getting one without ever paying interest? We're talking 0% financing for up to 60 months on 10 of our top-selling models. 0% financing on Camry, 0% financing on Corolla, and 0% financing on the all-wheel drive Matrix, even 0% financing on Tundras. Plus, up to $3,000 cash back and another $1,000 off with Toyota's military rebate. What could be better? For full details, see your Toyota dealer today.
Hockey from Sports Medicine Fairbanks.
As we come back, 3:02 to skate in the opening period of play. It's going to be a power play chance, the first for the Alaska Natick hockey team here tonight. Actually, the second power play chance for the Natics. As in the box is going to be number 26 for Colorado College.
Tigers on the power play.
Oh, correction, Colorado College. Yeah, that's right, Colorado College on the power play. It's Chad Guion in the box.
That's okay, that's why I get the big bucks.
There you do. So Guion's in for a 2-minute minor at 16:58. So the 2-minute minor for Guion didn't get the official call on that penalty. So the Natick penalty killing unit will consist of Ron Myers, Derek Clausen, Joe Sova, and Aaron Jens. And the power play unit goes to work now for Colorado College. Back out top to the point. A quick shot right on goal. Opportunity for Ryan Lowry and a save made by Grenham. Steered to the corner. As working in the power play unit for Colorado College. Boyan back again for Lowry. He'll work it to Tyler Johnson. Johnson in the corner for Winkler. Winkler side circle. Winkler in the circle. Getting it back over for his teammate Tyler Johnson. Johnson out front now for Boyan. Quick shot, save made by Grenham. Rebound controlled again by Boyan. Back between the circles, the defenseman guns away. Grenham got a piece of that one, steers it to the corner. Tyler Johnson getting help. Natick's pick it up and clear it down the ice with 2:11 to go in the period.
Good job of killing by the Natick. CC's done a good job also of setting it up. Grenham's made a couple of nice saves there.
Here comes Genzel with a little bit of pressure there from Andy Toronto. Quickly up now for Schwartz, who lost it. Checked out the play there by Bryant Molly. And bring the puck back in as Ryland Schwartz. Ryland Schwartz back to the point. Tripped up there. Could almost been another penalty. As number 14, Steven Schultz, was tripped up. They'll take it to the corner. Didn't get the shot on net. With 1:41 to go in the period. Puck is picked up and shot down the ice. And there's 33 seconds left to go in the CC power play opportunity against AK. So here comes Genzel back up the ice. He'll take it to blue line, goes left side. Puck is shot in by Steven Schultz. And we're down to 1:20 to go in the period. 1-0 Alaska. The goal scored by Jarrett Granberg. With the assist going to Andy Toronto. Opportunity now is put out front. There's a couple of chances there. It's Genzel with the puck. Genzel will play with it. He'll get it back now for Jaden Schwartz. Back out top for Genzel. An opportunity out front. Trying to tip it there was Rapuzzi, the kid from Anchorage. Back behind the goal. It is Ryland Schwartz. Penalty's over. Colorado College still controls it now with a minute to play in the period. So each team now 0 for 1 on the power play, and we're back to 5-on-5 hockey for the final minute of play here in the first period. Enders up the ice. Onside now for Ron Myers as Myers works on the defenseman Ryan Lowry. Myers gets it back to Colton Beck. Beck behind the goal. Pressure now from David Civitrees. Civitrees will work with it. We've got 33 seconds to go in the first period of play, and the puck is cleared in. Here comes Jens. Jens plays it up to Sather. Sather leads it now for Cody Kunik. Kunik comes in. A blistering shot goes just wide of the glove side of Joe Howell. Puck cleared, and back the other way comes Civitrees. Civitrees centers out front, and that opportunity is stirred just wide. Trying to put on goal is Nick Deneen. Final 10 seconds of the period. Hall Battling in the corner now with Cody Koenig. Hall wins that battle. Hall takes it away out front from McDermott, pinched in, and then the puck ricochets all the way back out to center ice area. And that's the end of the first period of play. A very exciting first period of play as the Natics will take a 1-0 lead to the locker room over Colorado College. Unofficial shots and go show Alaska with 8 and Colorado College with 9. The only goal is credited to Jarrett Granberg, his first of the year from Andy Toronto, unofficially at 13:56, 1-0 for Alaska. We will take a 2-minute timeout and bring it back to the Carlson Center in between periods 1 and periods 2. With a score 1-0 Alaska, this is Nanook Hockey on 91.5 KSUA, and this is the Brice Alaska Gold Rush.
I'm talking about plastic. No business cards, no room keys. Ray, you know the deal. Wall Street, come on.
What are you guys doing?
Playing credit card roulette.
If your card gets picked, you buy lunch.
Ooh, that's chancy.
Where are you going?
McDonald's.
I'm in.
Your turn to buy? Try the new hot and spicy McChicken sandwich from the McValue menu. Add some heat to everyone's order. Now at Alaska McDonald's.
I love winning.
You know you lost, right?
Use your PFD now at Kendall Mazda. Right now, drive off in a new 4-wheel drive Mazda Tribute for only $23,988, located on South Cushman. There's never any additional dealer markup on new Mazdas at Kendall Mazda. Simple, fun, and easy.
Big Ray's is the largest Carhartt dealer in Alaska, so come on down and try on the latest styles from Carhartt for this winter season, including gloves, socks, shirts, long underwear, hooded sweatshirts, soft shell jackets, waterproof breathable gear, flannel lined work pants, durable Carhartt Extremes, and traditional classic Alaskan Arctic coats and bibs. Downtown and on Airport Road, Big Ray's is classic Alaska.
We got Heineken, Silver Dutch, Jameson, Rubble, Middle, Milwaukee, Miller, Light, Sandman, Shiner, Bock, Gold, Sliders, Amplitude, Guinness, Alaska, Amber, Tanqueray, Absolute, Budweiser, Jack, Jägermeister, Crown Royal, Peach Schnapps, Apple Pucker, Old Style, PBR, Malibu, Gold Star's got your beer, man. Your liquor and beer is here, man. The prices will make you cheer, man. Buy your liquor and beer right here, man. I'm telling you loud and clear, man. Gold Star for liquor and beer. 1855 Van Horn Road. Thank you very much.
The Surgical Center of Fairbanks is opening soon, and every step we've taken has been with our mission statement in mind, a commitment to meet the healthcare needs of Interior Alaska, maintain the highest standard of ethical conduct, always create medical cost-efficient solutions, provide the highest level of outpatient surgical care. Our commitment to excellence and compassion in surgical outpatient care has always and will always be the driving force behind the Surgical Center of Fairbanks.
Use your PFD now at Kendall Honda in Fairbanks. For a limited time, drive off in a new 2010 Insight for only $150 per month. Never any additional dealer markup on new Hondas makes shopping at Kendall Honda simple, fun, and easy.
Heck of a slap shot that goaltender Joe Hall got a piece of, but it had enough mustard to get through the goaltender, and that is the only goal of the hockey game.
Yeah, tonight it was a nice shot in that first period. Granberg came down on the left wing, franked a slap shot just inside the blue line that the goaltender gloved, but just kind of snow-coned it and it trickled in.
9-8 shot advantage unofficially for Colorado College in the first. Both teams have had some great scoring chances. The goaltenders have played well, and these guys are skating like it's playoff time.
Yeah, no doubt about it. This is an intense game, and this is by far the best period I've seen the Nanooks play as far as the cohesiveness, chemistry, and goaltending. Is just a good hockey game right now.
Like I say, Colorado College beat UAA to advance to tonight's championship game with a 4-3 win against the UAA Seawolves last night. Nanooks were a 2-1 victory against Union College, so the winner of this one, Scott, wins the tournament.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Last night you felt that a lot of shots on goal had a chance to go in. Tonight you sense the goaltenders are into it. They're playing great, and it's end-to-end action. It's just what you want in a college hockey game, I think.
All right, 1-0 Alaska. We'll take another 2-minute timeout. Bring it back to the Carlson Center. Championship time here for the 2010 Brice Alaska Gold Rush. It's 1-0 Alaska. This is Alaskan Nanook Hockey.
Welcome to Kendall Subaru Fairbanks. Kendall is your home for factory-authorized Subaru service and to an extensive selection of new Subarus, including the new 2011 Subaru Outback. There's never been any additional dealer markup on new Subarus, and every new Subaru comes equipped with a winterization package. Stop on by and see us at the corner of Johansson and Danby, or log on to KendallAutoAlaska.com today. Find your next vehicle at Kendall Subaru Fairbanks, where shopping will always be simple, fun, and easy.
Fox Monday is the most compelling night on TV. First, as the smallest patient fights to survive, can House perform a miracle?
It's insanely risky to open her up.
Jennifer Grey guest stars.
Why does baby seem like she's cured? I have no idea.
All new House. Then, is Lightman involved with a corrupt cop? He'll risk everything.
What do you see in her account?
To find the truth.
I can't lose the one cop I can squeeze on the street.
All new Lie to Me. It all starts Monday at 8/7 Central on Fox.
Nothing gives you energy or hits the spot like a good cappuccino or iced latte. Your local McDonald's continues to provide reduced prices on mochas, lattes, and cappuccinos. Take advantage of this drink special and refresh yourself with McDonald's exceptional coffee drinks. While getting your perk at McDonald's in Fairbanks and North Pole, feel free to pick up a 50-cent apple pie. Quality is as great as ever, but now at even better low espresso menu prices. These prices apply at any of the 4 local McDonald's.
The Surgical Center of Fairbanks is opening soon, and every step we've taken has been with our mission statement in mind, a commitment to meet the healthcare needs of interior Alaska, maintain the highest standard of ethical conduct, always create medical cost-efficient solutions, provide the highest level of outpatient surgical care. Our commitment to excellence and compassion in surgical outpatient care has always and will always be the driving force behind the Surgical Center of Fairbanks.
All right, we're back here at the Carlson Center in Fairbanks in between periods number 1 and number 2 with a 1-0 lead, Scott, for the Alaska Natics. A very fast-paced first period. In fact, last night's game with the Natics and Union went exactly 2 hours.
Yeah, no doubt. This one's fast-paced and a 1-0 Natics. I'm sure we're going to get a chance to look at that highlight of the Natics scoring that first goal by Granberg. And it was a big goal. It was a good hockey game, and he came down and rifled one, and nice play.
So Granberg with a lone goal, the assist going to Andy Toronto. Shots were 9-8 in that first period of play. Each team took a penalty. Marciano got a boarding call at 2:05, and Chad Gann a 2-minute minor at 16:50, and neither team really, I think, had a great chances. Here's a look at that goal, I think, Scott, the goal that was scored in period number 1.
Granberg just lets it rip at the top of the circle. The goaltender, snow cone, just barely got a piece of it. It was a wicked shot, and then it just trickled in behind him. So really, nice shot by Granberg. Give him kudos. The goaltender almost made the save.
And for the freshman from Brooks, from Foremost, Alberta, played for Brooks in the Alberta Junior Hockey League. As we take a look at the little guys here, it's his first point of the year, his first goal. 1-0 our scores. Again, we take a look at the little guys on the ice here.
I got a little one out there too.
Yes, they do. They got actually a couple of, they got like 3 games going on right now, going sideways of the ice here, and in between periods 1 and period 2. We mentioned that the Brice Alaska Gold Rush has set the field for 2011 and 2012. Mercyhurst will come to town. Natics have played Mercyhurst a few teams, a team from Pennsylvania.
Yeah, they're a solid team, Bruce. They've knocked out some big name teams here and there, and so they're certainly a decent program for sure.
And another team we're very familiar with, one of our travel partners now in the WCHA, Dean Blaze, now running the program for the Nebraska Omaha Mavericks. And I know Dean has a very good relationship with the Natick coaching staff. In fact, I guess we can kind of credit Andy Toronto for coming to Fairbanks. He was coaching Fargo in the junior hockey, and that's when Brian Meisner was out digging the trenches like all good assistant coaches do, and Andy Toronto ended up in Fairbanks because of maybe a Dean Blaze and a connection with our coaching staff.
Exactly. I mean, Alaska's had a great rivalry with the UNO Mavericks, certainly over the years, Bruce, as members of the CCHA, and now, of course, UNO in the WCHA, getting their first not only road win and WCHA win, but they swept the Minnesota Gophers tonight in the arena there in Minneapolis. So that was a big first WCHA weekend for them, and they're going to be coming back to Alaska next year for the Brice Classic.
So it's Mercyhurst and Nebraska Omaha in 2011 and 2012. We got a team from back east, Merrimack from the Boston, Massachusetts area. They'll be up here for the tournament, and also coming up will be North Dakota team that we saw last weekend at the Kendo Classic in Anchortown.
Yeah, a very good North Dakota team. I'm sure that they're going to be right up there, Bruce, when it comes down to a team vying for the WCHA crown. They looked loaded, they looked skilled as usual, and they were very physical. So Nanoks, I think, lost the game 3-1. It was a pretty good game, but certainly the Fighting Sioux had their way that night.
Like I said, the Natics used to have a Thanksgiving tournament here, the Great Alaska Face-Off, and when some of the rules changed, we got things going, and we're back in the business now with the 3rd annual Brice Alaska Gold Rush. And Brice is a construction company known statewide here in Alaska. In fact, some of the folks who worked for Brice, played hockey for the Alaska Next, notably Todd Henderson.
Yeah, goaltender back in the late 80s, early 90s. One of the CEOs there now, I believe.
In fact, was it Luther Brice? And I guess a couple of the Brice guys were coaching at the Blue Gold game.
Absolutely. Luther Brice, another former Nanook that's there. So certainly Brice. And Alba Brice,
yes,
goaltender with the Nanook back in the late 80s. So definitely a lot of connections there.
Got a 1-0 hockey game with the Alaska Natics leading Colorado College through one period of play. Building seats about 4,300 here. We've got the Olympic ice and measuring the 200 by 100. A few sheets of Olympic ice can be found in the WCHA.
Actually, most of the rinks in the WCHA are Olympic ice. There's only 2 in the CCHA, Fairbanks, of course, and Northern Michigan, which, you know what, Bruce, as most college hockey fans have probably heard in the last month, that there's some development that's going to really probably change the face of college hockey, and that's the addition of Penn State declaring they're going to go Division I in men's and women's hockey. And what I mean by changing the face, of course, along with that, they're going to be the 6th member of the Big Ten that has Division I hockey. And of course, as we know, Minnesota, Wisconsin, the WCHA, Michigan, Michigan State, and Ohio State in the CCHA. A lot of people believe there's now going to be a formation of the Big Ten Conference in hockey. And what is that going to mean for everybody else, especially in the WCHA and the CCHA? Who knows, in 4 or 5 years, CC and Fairbanks, this could be a conference game, either in the WCHA or a named conference to be determined. I mean, there's a lot of things that none of us know what's going to happen, but certainly geographically, it makes sense to have both Alaska schools with the Denver or the Colorado schools. So it's going to be a lot of interesting times ahead for Division I hockey, especially in the western part.
Well, they're looking to get that. They had an $88 million donor, an alumni of the program at Penn State, going to build themselves a new arena that's going to seat about 6,000. Also going to fund the Division I programs for both men and women.
Yes.
That's going to be a nice job that will attract, I'm sure, some great coaching candidates down the line.
Well, yeah, and no question about it. It's going to be an elite program, obviously with their start with the funding and a 6,000 to 8,000 seat facility, whatever they end up having. It'll be state of the art, I'm sure. And so a lot of people are concerned. Others are excited about if there is indeed a Big Ten conference that comes out of all this, or maybe a Big Ten division of a big league. You just don't know what's going to happen, but you know, you just got to wait and see how it develops, and I think it's exciting. It's certainly a good thing for college hockey to have a big-name school to start hockey. There's no question about that. Now it's just, hopefully it'll be done right. That doesn't have anything but a positive impact on the teams that are in Division I right now.
A lot of college hockey, and one thing about being up in Fairbanks, Alaska, is we're basically 2 time zones away from Denver. Is basically all of the games are complete right now. Boston University tied UMass tonight 2-2. Scott, it was Nebraska-Omaha, a 4-2 winner over Don Lucia.
Yeah.
And the Minnesota Golden Gophers. Don Lucia got his coaching start here with the Alaska Natics back in the late 80s.
Yeah, he came in first as an assistant coach under Rick Schaefer, who started the Alaska program in 1980, and he was an assistant coach there, went to Anchorage for a couple years as an assistant, came back as head coach, and ultimately went to Colorado College, and then now at Minnesota.
North Dakota completes their sweep of Bemidji State 5-2. They opened up the brand new building in Bemidji, Minnesota.
Yes.
Looked pretty nice on the USCHO hockey website today, as they are new members in the WCHA this year.
Yeah, no doubt. It looks like a great building, and about 4,300 seats, and so certainly they're excited to be in the WCHA.
Non-conference play tonight, Bowling Green 3, Clarkson nothing. It was Rensselaer 3-0 over Bentley. Western Michigan and new coach Jeff Blasio, Blake Merciers tonight 1-0. So I think there's a couple of wins for Coach Blasio this weekend. UMass Lowell and RIT tied to a 4-4 overtime tie. Michigan and New Hampshire played to a 3-3 tie. That game up in New Hampshire tonight. Michigan Tech and Minnesota State played to a 5-5 tie. Another tie tonight, Miami and St. Cloud State skate to a 1-1 tie after Miami won big last night.
That was a big road trip for the Red Hawks going into St. Cloud, who has a very good team this year. They won last night and then tied tonight, so certainly a very successful trip for the Red Hawks.
Ferris State blanks St. Lawrence 3-0. It's Boston College 3, Denver nothing. Minnesota Duluth 5, Providence 1, and Merrimack defeats UConn tonight by a final score of 7-1. Baseball today, Texas won their ball game against the New York Yankees. Some big games in the NFL coming up this weekend, and I guess Brett Favre has his day in court, I guess, with the NFL officials on Tuesday. We'll see what happens there.
Yeah.
Hockey here, the 2010 edition of the Brice Alaska Go Rush, and in the earlier game tonight, it was Union defeating the UAA Seawolves by a score of 4-3. Get a chance to see East Coast hockey, and obviously the WCHA and the CCHA with a lot of variety of hockey. And I'll tell you what, the Union team very good hockey team.
Yeah, there's no question about it. They're not a household name, so to speak, but I think anyone that really knows college hockey and followed them last year, their best year ever last year with 21 wins, third place in the ECAC, and literally came down to their championship game of the ECAC playoffs. They lost that game, I believe, to Cornell. If they would have won, they would have gotten into the NCAA tournament as the automatic bid, but they were right on the bubble, just like CC was right on the bubble last year. Just didn't quite happen, but certainly Union's a very good team, had some good skill guys, and they gave Alaska all they could handle last night. And of course, the Seawolves from Anchorage, they were able to squeak out a win against them in a good game.
In between periods 1 and 2 are the Alaskanetics on the goal scored by Jared Granberger, leading by a score of 1-0 in this one. We talked about the 4 teams in this year's tournament. All 4 got votes. In fact, 3 were ranked in the top 20, and even UAA received votes of recognition in the USCHOhockey.com poll. We've got Colorado College in at number 18, Union at 16, and the Alaskanetics were ranked 14th this week, down from number 12 a week ago.
And I tell you what, from what I've seen so far, certainly Union, a team I think is deserving of that. CC, obviously, always a good program, and Alaska's made a name for themselves, but a little bit of a surprise to me, Anchorage has had a lot of turnover this past year with some of their skaters, and so they were a little bit of an unknown, but I was impressed with them last weekend at the Kendall Classic, and I thought they made a good showing this weekend here. They didn't win today or last night, but they certainly are a team that clearly does not quit, and I think before it's all said and done, they're going to be a pretty good hockey team.
They played very well. They fell down early against Colorado College yesterday, made it a game of it before falling 4-3. A little frustrating in the second game here when they played Union. They had a chance to pull the goaltender, in essence have a 2-man advantage, but couldn't generate a shot on goal in the final 30 seconds when they had played down in the scoring zone. But credit the Union team for sticking up there and hanging on for the 2-1 victory.
Yeah, no,
4-3 win, I should say.
That's right. Yeah, they came out storming against the Seawolves, 3-0 in the first 10-12 minutes, and then the Seawolves, give to their credit, like we saw them do against North Dakota a weekend earlier, came clawing back ultimately to tie the game, but ultimately Union got the game winner.
Alrighty, we're going to take a timeout. We're almost ready for second period action. With a score, the Alaskanetics 1 and the Colorado College Tigers 0. We're back to the Carlson Center for the 2010 edition of the Brice Alaska Go Rush. It's 1-0 Alaska, and this is Alaska Nanook Hockey.
Roger McKinnon and Sport.
Alaska's strong military is vital for the protection of America, and a strong congressional delegation is vital for the protection of Alaska's military. So when you're choosing who to send to Washington, ask yourself, which candidate will fight hardest to keep Alaska's bases open and thriving for the good of Alaska and the good of America? Important times, important decisions. In the end, it all comes down to you. On November 2nd, vote. Alaska needs you.
Use your PFD now at Kendall Kia of Fairbanks and get ready for winter in an all-new Kia. For a limited time, drive off in a new 2010 Kia Rio for only $13,988 or save up to $3,000 off MSRP with rebates from Kia on new 2011 Sorrentos. In addition to Kia's 10-year, 100,000-mile limited warranty, there's never any additional dealer markup on new Kias. Find your next vehicle at Kendall Kia today, where buying is always simple, fun, and easy.
Fox Monday is the most compelling night on TV. First, as the smallest patient fights to survive, can House perform a miracle?
It's insanely risky to open her up.
Jennifer Grey guest stars.
Why does baby seem like she's cured? I have no idea.
All new House. Then, is Lightman involved with a corrupt cop? He'll risk everything.
What do you see in her account?
To find the truth.
I can't lose the one cup I can squeeze on the street.
All new Lie to Me. It all starts Monday at 8/7 Central on Fox.
The North Slope. It's cold, desolate, and completely dark half the year. Still, ACS created the fastest, most reliable 3G network in the region. And if we can do that here, imagine what we can do everywhere else. Hello, sunshine.
Get the most from your PFD with ACS. Buy any smartphone and get a second phone of your choice free.
Their phone number is 456-2222. Wash, Kelleher, and Sharp.
Back here at the Carlson Center, 20 minutes soon to be on the clock as we'll get ready for second period of play. About as even as a hockey game as you're going to see in that first period, 1-0 Alaska. Shots were 9-8 for Colorado College. Each team had a power play chance, and the penalty kill units were perfect.
Yeah, and it really was good, hard action back and forth. Both teams got some good skaters, Bruce, and we knew Alaska did from last year and the recruits they had this year, but certainly you kind of suspected CC did, and they've shown that. So it's really some pretty good action back and forth.
Natick's on the road at Michigan State next weekend, and going to be Colorado College in Mankato, Minnesota, taking on the Minnesota State squad. Union heading back home, and UAA back down to Anchorage. All tournament team will be announced following today's contest, and you got to figure the key players and the MVP of the tournament yet to be determined here tonight.
Yeah, that'll a lot will have to do with who wins this hockey game.
We'll take emails throughout the broadcast at bacsports@yahoo.com. That's bacsports@yahoo.com. Let us know where you're watching, listening, or viewing the game. James Watson's up north, one of the workstations up the Hall Road, and he's listening on the internet tonight. So he was able to find our broadcast last night and able to find the broadcast again here tonight here in Fairbanks. We dropped the puck and we're officially underway with second period action as the puck goes left side of the goaltender Joe Howe. Just underway of period 2. Here's Scott Enders back at the right point position, taken away, and now we get a whistle and a stoppage play. Might have been a hand pass whistle down. Looks like we're going to bring it back to neutral ice area right in front of the Alaska Natick bench for the face-off draw. 19:46 to go, period number 2. Glad you're staying up late for us, a little after 10 o'clock in southern Colorado tonight. Past midnight on the East Coast and just after 8 o'clock here in Fairbanks. Lowry to McDermott on the right wing. Puck was poke checked away. They tried to work it for Andrew Hamburg, and looks like it might have been played with a high stick. So again, we'll keep it neutral ice area. So after that big 10-minute flow to start the game, we've already had 2 whistles 20 seconds into period 2.
Period, so far, whistles.
On the draw, it's going to be Ryland Schwartz. Wins it, draws it back now for Ryan Lowry. Lowry to McDermott, back for Lowry. Colorado College quickly out of their own zone. Centering it out to Ryan Schwartz. He'll dump it in, stopped by Grennan behind his net, playing it to Jens. He'll sweep it far side for Joe Silva, and quickly back in transition. Goes left side to Kevin Pettivello. Pettivello traded to the trailer Jens. Jens comes in, a quick shot right on front. Save made by Howell. Rebound opportunity out front, and another shot goes just wide.
Very close opportunity.
2 chances, delayed penalty now coming up. As we'll see a penalty coming up and another power play opportunity, and it's going to be a tripping call. And let's see which door is going to open up here. It's going to be against the Alaska Natick. So after they had the great scoring chance, they're going to take a tripping penalty here just 52 seconds in. As Kevin Pettivello will sit down, and this will be the second power play chance. They scored 2 power play chances out of 6 opportunities last night, they being Colorado College.
It's to number 9, Kevin Pettivello, 2 minutes for tripping. That's number 9, Kevin Pettivello, 2 minutes for tripping. The Natick are on the penalty kill.
So the Natick are on the penalty kill, and it'll be Tyler Johnson on the draw now. He's out there along with Scott Winkler on the power play, and number 15 also on the power play unit is Andrew Hamburg. They all scored the game winner last night. Lowry picks it back up into his own zone, with Natick were able to pick it back up and shoot it down. Myers penalty kill along with Scott Enders, Bryant Molly, and Derek Clausen. Here's Lowry with the puck, side circle. Lowry back out top, can't keep it onside, and back to track it down is Mike Boyan. 18:35 and counting, period number 2, and a 1-0 lead for Alaska, but Colorado College now with 90 seconds in the power play. Knocked away nicely by Bryant Molly. Picked up again. Here's a takeaway. Short-handed chance now for Ron Myers. Myers kind of spins away. He'll dump it back behind the net. Not with a great clear scoring chance. He did the wise thing to kill some time off of the Natick being short-handed. Colorado College again back up the ice. Here comes Winkler. Gets it onside now for Johnson. Johnson lost it. Here's a trailer Schultz to keep it alive. Schultz, number 14, getting it side of the near circle. Schultz has got the puck. Schultz back now for Johnson. Side of the goal. Fanning on it was Ryland Schwartz. Johnson knocked off his skates. Puck picked up and cleared by the Natick. Genzel back to go and get. Gabe Genzel, the junior from Woodbury, Minnesota. He'll bring it up, and they've got time for another rush or 2 with 35 seconds with the extra skater. Back now to Ryland Schwartz. Schwartz back toward the point. There's a shot. That goes wide. Opportunity for Genzel. It ricochets all the way down the length of the ice, and another 25 seconds to kill him the penalty for the Alaska Natick with 17:30 to go in the second. 1-0 Alaska. Here comes Genzel. Up now. for his teammate, Steven Schultz. He comes in and fires it wide. Schultz picks it up behind the net now for McDermott. To the side of the goal, picked up by Derek Clausen. He lifts it high and out of territory, out of trouble down the length of the ice into the defensive territory now for Colorado College.
Good job at killing by the
2 seconds, 1 second, it's over. Penalty's over. Out of the box comes Kevin Petavello. Schwartz comes back up the ice. Jaden Schwartz, he'll dump it through the crease area, picked up nicely and cleared by Michael. Make that Petavello. Petavello out of Myers. Myers with it. Myers side of the circle. Myers back behind the goal. Squirts far side. Joe Sova in from his defensive post to play it back down to Ron Myers. Bounces over his stick. And back to go again now is Ryland Schwartz. He's taken hard to the boards by Kevin Petavello. McDermott trying to kick it loose. And picked up defensively now by Lowry. Lowry behind his own net. Hope you're enjoying the broadcast tonight on the CW in southern Colorado tonight, Colorado Springs, and locally on KFXF, Fox 7 TV Fairbanks, in the state of Alaska on GCI. We're on 91.5 KSUA, streaming live, compliments of 91.5. And we're also on the former B2 network, now known as America1.com, America1.com, the B2. Opportunity out front. Yannick will take it and clear it out to neutral ice area. Colton Beck bangs it off the boards. Genzel and Beck now will collide. Beck with a hard hit into the boards. There is a penalty coming up, and this could be a dangerous penalty here. We saw a 5 and a game DQ issued last night. This will be a penalty against the Nanook. So as they killed off one penalty, another one's coming up now.
Well, I'd like to get another look at it.
Colton Beck is going to sit down at 4 minutes and 5 seconds of the second period of play. Let's see if they put a 2 or a 5 up there.
Well, I didn't see certainly a 5. I thought he had his hands and kind of.
Going to be a 2.
Yeah. I guess that's the referee's discretion. So.
Nanook penalty goes to number 36, Colton Beck. 2 minutes for boarding. That's number 36, Colton Beck. 2 minutes for boarding. The Nanooks are on the penalty kill.
So the Nanooks are shorthanded, and again, it's going to be Tyler Johnson out there along with Scott Winkler and Andrew Hamburg in the power play unit. Lowry's back defensively now along with Mike Boyan in the penalty killing unit for the Nanooks. Going to be Bryant Molly, Derek Clausen, Scott Enders, and Ron Myers. Here's a chance now for Johnson. Johnson between the circles. Johnson with a quick shot goes just wide. Picked up by Colorado College as they keep it alive. Johnson shoots it far side. Winkler will pick it back up with pressure now from Enders. Myers intercepts, he'll backhand it up and backhand it down the ice. Lowry back to go and get. 15:33 to go and still 1:35 left to go in the power play opportunity for the Tigers of Colorado College, trailing by a score of 1-0. Glove there by Grenham, taking no chances. Scott will hold on and force a face-off with 15:24 to go in the second period of play.
Smart move by Grenham, obviously, so they can get the whistle on the line change for the Nanooks.
Sova, Jens, Toronto, and Yaremchuk. And now you've got Jaden Schwartz out there, number 8. William Rapuzzi on the power play unit along with the rest of the team. Here could shorthanded chance for Andy Toronto. Toronto comes down with a shorthanded chance. Right on goes Sova with another opportunity out front. Boy, a great shorthanded chance there for Alaska as they crash that net. They're all set up by Andy Toronto and by Joe Sova. 15 minutes to go in the second period of play and a minute to go in the power play chance. Genzel, side circle. They'll get it now for Jaden Schwartz. Back out top to the point. Here's a quick shot. Skate save made by Grenham. Opportunity there by Schultz. Back out to Genzel. His shot goes just wide. 14:45 to go in the second period of play in 45 seconds. Again, Colorado College scored 2 of 6 power play chances. This is certainly something the Alaskan Nanooks want to do, is stay out of the penalty box. Unfortunately, they got to kill some time off right now. Genzel back now again for Jaden Schwartz. He'll play it back for William Rapuzzi. On the stick, though, of Aaron Jens over to Yaremchuk. Nanooks failed to clear it out. Jaden Schwartz again with the puck.
20 seconds.
He's got it top of the far face-off circle. Jaden Schwartz works out front. That was blocked down nicely. Jens helping out in the penalty kill. 15 seconds to go. Steven Schultz back behind the goal. Steven Schultz now side of the far face-off circle and back out top for Gabe Genzel. Genzel out front, and ricochet shot and a score. Power play tally, the equalizer off the stick of number 8, Jaden Schwartz.
Wow, that looked like a relatively harmless. It looked like he was just dumping the puck in, went to the side step, the puck bounced over to wide open, and he just had an open net. So break for CC, but they'll take it. Obviously, here we get to look at it again. Puck just bounced, and it's just right there. Might have been hit out of midair.
Well, it was a third straight penalty taken by the Alaska Canucks, a third consecutive penalty, Scott. This time they capitalize as they get the goal off the stick of Jaden Schwartz.
Yeah, just 2 seconds left on that power play, so timely goal for the Tigers.
Number 8, Jaden Schwartz. Assisted by number 10, Gabe Jensel, and number 13, Ryland Schwartz. That's Jaden Schwartz from Gabe Jensel and Ryland Schwartz.
So we drop the puck at center ice, and it looks like we knock it out of play. We'll do it again here with 13:50 to go in period number 2. So 1-1 hockey game. 1 for 3 on the power play now for the Colorado College team. And again, Union scored their only goal on a power play tally with an Nanook player, Kevin Petavello, in the box last night.
Exactly right. So obviously we're going to have a media timeout right now.
Yes, we are. So we'll take a timeout. 13:50 to go in the first. And the second period of play, we should say, with a score tied at 1 apiece. This is the 2010 edition of the Brice Alaska Go Rush, and this is Alaska Nanook Hockey.
Welcome to Kendall Subaru Fairbanks. Kendall is your home for factory authorized Subaru service and to an extensive selection of new Subarus, including the new 2011 Subaru Outback. There's never been any additional dealer markup on new Subarus, and every new Subaru comes equipped with a winterization package. Stop on by and see us at the corner of Johansson and Danby, or log on to KendallAutoAlaska.com today. Find your next vehicle at Kendall Subaru Fairbanks, where shopping will always be simple, fun, and easy.
Full-service law firm of Zimmerman and Wallace, proud to be a part of today's live broadcast of Alaska Nanook Hockey.
13:50 to go in the second period of play. A brand new hockey game and a goal apiece here. Back to 5-5 hockey. Shots are dead even at 11 apiece here, so about as close as you're going to get here. Opportunity now for Nick Tadine. Tadine skates over the side of the circle. His backhand opportunity blocked down by Scott Enders. They collide in the board. Tyler Johnson back there too. Johnson trying to keep it alive. Johnson now back behind the net. Dumps it out front there. He had Hall out front. Nanook will successfully clear up the ice. On the left wing comes Chad Guion. Actually, it's Colton Beck, 36, as Beck skates with it. Beck now back behind the net. Comes back over to the corner for Hall. Hall's got the puck. Hall takes a collision. Help from Lowry. Lowry back for McDermott. McDermott on the right wing to Johnson. They'll slide it down the ice. And picked up now by Bryant Molly. Molly on left wing as they'll try to clear it over to Quinn. Puck taken away, though, by Tyler Johnson. Johnson right out front. That pass will miss connecting. Dustin Sather will get it to Kevin Petavello. Petavello skates at center ice. Petavello over the red line, now into Colorado College territory. Petavello now takes it back into the corner. Swipes it, tried to swipe at it as Genzel took it away. Genzel took it away. Genzel has the puck. He'll play it back now for his defensive partner, Joe Marciano. Marciano up the ice. They'll clear it out at center ice as Tyler Johnson has it. Johnson works it back in, and now offsides call. Whistle down against Colorado College with 12:27 to go in the second period of play.
We certainly see the energy level of the Tigers pick up a little bit, Bruce, after they scored that goal to get the equalizer.
So the face-off will take place at neutral ice area. And this time, Jens will pick it back up. Up to Yaremchuk on left wing. Pumps it into the corner. They'll chase it down. Bidwell battling Yaremchuk for it. Picked up by Derek Clausen. Clausen now colliding with Civitries. And Bidwell again trying to kick it loose. Back for Civitries. Civitries right to the side of the goal there. They got to be careful. They cough it up. Nanook's out front. Quick shot. Score. Carlo.
Kind of a turnover there in the Tiger zone, and Fanucci made him pay, Bruce. Nanook's 2-1.
Carlo Fanucci makes it a 2-1 lead for Alaska. We had a look at the replay here, and again, Civitries had trouble right around goaltender Hull. A hard work there. Was that Derek Clausen?
I believe Clausen stole the puck and fed it to Fanucci, who buried it.
7:57, time of the go-ahead goal to give the Alaska team a 2-1 lead here in period number 2.
That's a big goal for Alaska, Bruce, after the Tigers had fought hard to come back and tie the game.
And take away some of that momentum as they figure out the scoring downstairs. Nanook fans back in with the cheers here.
Your Nanook goal, his first of the season, scored by number 39, Carlo Fanucci.
So Fanucci with a go.
Assisted by number 27, Derek Clausen, and number 7, Nick Uremchuk.
All right, Uremchuk with a second helper.
There's going to be a penalty on Andy Toronto right now, Bruce. So that's what the crowd's booing here.
So Toronto picks up the penalty here. Looks like, whoa, he just got a misconduct too. So it looks like a 2 and a 10 going to Toronto at 8-14. So they're going to be minus their top player from a year ago.
Yeah.
Their top returning player, and I think somebody's going to have to serve the 2-minute minor.
Well, he obviously didn't like the call. I don't know if he said
he was
something.
Checking from behind the original call, and now somebody's going to have to serve the 10-minute.
10-minute misconduct for checking from behind. That's number 29, Andy Toronto. 10 minutes misconduct for checking from behind.
A 10-minute misconduct for checking from behind. A 2 and a 10. Serving the minor penalty is going to be Colton Beck. So now the Nanooks are going to be shorthanded. And now Colorado will have the 4th power play opportunity. Last time they did connect with a power play tally. On the draw, Ryland Schwartz. Back to the point for Schultz and taken away nicely and cleared up the ice by Derek Clausen. Tracked down by Jensel. Jensel back behind his own goal. They'll set it up here now and bring it up. Jensel trying to work it back over for Jaden Schwartz. Back now for Jensel. He'll quarterback the power play. Up now for Schultz. Poke check nicely by Scott Enders to clear it back out, and then Nanooks again will sweep it down the ice, and Colorado's going to start all over again back in their own zone. 11:15 to go, not quite halfway through the hockey game. A very good crowd here tonight, got to be 3,500 plus. Here's a chance for Jaden Schwartz. He'll skate in. Again, taking away Nanooks as Uremchuk with help from Bryant Molly. They clear it successfully down the ice as Schultz again quickly for Rapuzzi. William Rapuzzi takes a shot there from Silva. Loose puck picked up by Jens and again cleared back to Schultz.
Good job by the Nanooks not allowing CC to hardly get past the neutral zone, Bruce.
10:50 to skate. Second period. Alaska 2, Colorado College 1. Back out to the right point position now is Ryland Schwartz, and they can't keep it onside. Right in front of their player bench area. They got to retreat and tag everybody back up onside. Back again comes William Rapuzzi. Rapuzzi back to Tyler Johnson. Johnson side of the far face-off circle. He'll play it back now for Jaden Schwartz. Schwartz back to the point for Johnson. Power play for another 35 seconds. Tyler Johnson works out front, try to backhand it again. Taken away by Jensen. Cleared up the ice by Derek Clausen.
Good job by the Nanooks on this kill.
Of course, last time they scored the power play with just 2 ticks on the clock. So you got to finish out that 2-minute penalty kill. And here's one more rush now with 20 seconds to go with the extra skater, Tyler Johnson. Taken out of the play nicely and again sent up by Enders and again cleared back up the ice by Alaska. We've hit the halfway mark and then some. 9:55 to go and 10 seconds in the penalty whistle down. The 2-minute minor whistle down to Andy Toronto. He'll still stay in the box. For a bit as Colton Beck is serving the minor. Penalty's over, so Colton Beck's out. Nanooks are back to 5-on-5 hockey. Here's a chance for Hamburg, losing it. Here's Cody Kunik. Kunik skates with it. Kunik dumped it out front, and the doorstep was Beck, and they couldn't find the trigger. Another shot from the point, blocked out front before it found its way to goaltender Howell. All the action left side of the CC goalkeeper. Defensively, it's picked up by Marciano. He'll find an opening to center to Deneen. Nick Deneen, the junior from Omaha, Nebraska. Skates in at the right wing and works it back behind the goal. He'll play it back for Hamburg. Andrew Hamburg for Johnson out front. That pass will miss and go all the way back to the defensive zone. Jensel back with it. Jensel dumps it off the boards right in front of the bench. And it's picked up now by Hall. Hall skates with it. Hall gets it back for Jensel. Centers the pass now for his teammate Symmetries, and offsides will be whistled down against Colorado College. We've got a timeout on the ice, so we will take a timeout too with 8:56 to go in period number 2. The Alaska Nanooks 2 and Colorado College Tigers 1. We're coming back in 30. This is the 2010 edition of the Brice Alaska Go Rush. This is Alaska Nanook Hockey.
Welcome to Kendall Subaru Fairbanks. Kendall is your home for factory-authorized Subaru service and to an extensive selection of new Subarus, including the new 2011 Subaru Outback. There's never been any additional dealer markup on new Subarus, and every new Subaru comes equipped with a winterization package. Stop on by and see us at the corner of Johansson and Danby, or log on to KendallAutoAlaska.com today. Find your next vehicle at Kendall Subaru of Fairbanks, where shopping will always be simple, fun, and easy.
8 minutes and 56 seconds to go in the middle stanza. Alaska 2, Colorado College 1. Andy Toronto still has some time to serve in his penalty, as he's serving that 10-minute portion of the 2 and the 10 that he got.
And that's a tough loss. Obviously, you take away last year's leading scorer, and he's just basically sitting, getting some water time on the bench. That's a tough one, but that's the way it is.
So the Natics are back to 5-5 hockey as that minor was killed off by, well, served by Colton Beck. Onside for Nick Yaremchuk. The pass fails to connect. Yaremchuk tracks it down in the corner. Jensel will take it away. Jensel for Marciano, intercepted by Carlo Fanucci. Fanucci gets it back out top for Aaron Jens. Again, he has to slide it back in the corner with defensive pressure on him. Jensel sweeps it up now for his teammate Nick Deneen. And Hall, they'll try to clear it out. It's kept in nicely by Michael Quinn, the freshman defenseman for the Alaska Natics. Yaremchuk down low now with Carlo Fanucci. All the action left side of goaltender Joe Hall. 8 minutes and 15 seconds to go as the puck again comes out to center ice. Enders will reorganize things. Clausen tied up. Hall will pick up the puck, comes down with Deneen and Civitries, I should say. Civitries picks up the puck. A quick shot and a blocker save made by Scott Grenham. Shots are 12-11 right now for Alaska. Should be 12-12 with that shot generated by Colorado College, and that's what it is, 12-12. So not a whole lot of shots here, Scott, in the second period of play. 3 for Colorado and 4 for Alaska.
Not yet, anyway.
Last night, the Natics were outshot 9-2 at one portion in their contest with Union in that middle period. Here's a chance for Jaden Schwartz. He's out of the near face-off circle, out front. Bangs it off the boards now for his brother Ryland Schwartz. From the shot, boy, goaltender screened out front. It's knocked down by a sea of players and cleared by Mike Quinn. Michael Quinn gets it for Granberg, tripped up at center ice, and got a penalty coming up here. Delayed penalty, and now the Natics will go on their second power play opportunity here with 7:24 to go, and a chance to try to build on that 2-1 lead.
I'll tell you one thing I've noticed this weekend from last weekend. Scott Grenham tonight looks like he's on his game when he's at his best. He looks like he wants the puck, and he looks solid. I'm not saying he looked shaky prior, but it just at times seemed like he was fighting the puck and maybe wasn't even seeing a lot of quality shots.
2 minutes for slashing. That's number 15, Andrew Hamburg. 2 minutes for slashing. The Nanoks are on the power play.
Hamburg gets the slashing call. Natics go to the power play unit of Kevin Penabello, Cody Koenig, and Colton Beck. Defensively, Scott Enders and Bryant Molly face up a goal right side of the CC goalkeeper Hull. And on the draw, the Natics are going to win it. Koenig's out of the circle. Back left point for Molly. Back out top for Enders. Enders down to the near circle and back out top. Takes a return pass. Blocked down nicely. And boy, paying the price there and limping over the bench is Krusheniski. Actually stays on the ice trying to work out the kinks there, blocking that shot. Natics retreat from their own zone. Enders takes it blue line to blue line. Dumps it in. They'll chase it down. Marciano with Colton Beck. Penabello behind the cage. Jensel giving him some pressure out front, and Krusheniski picks it back up for Colorado College. He'll slide it in, and now CC will change up their penalty killing unit. 6:45 and counting, second period, 2-1 Alaska, and 1:20 left to go in the power play chance for the Alaska Natics. Cleared in by Bryant Molly. Hall stops it back behind his goal. They'll rip it high off the glass and play it up on the right wing for Hall. Short-handed chance now, and then it'll be taken away by Joe Sova. Joe had some hard work over the summer working with the Chicago Blackhawks. Their NHL, I guess, type of training camp that's open to some of the college players. Can't take any money because that's NCAA. But he went there along with Andy Toronto and Ryan Houle went to the Detroit Red Wing camp.
Some developmental camps. I don't know if it's new, but it's certainly this year they had them for all over.
Work on their skills to make it to the next level. Sova's a computer major too, so if my computer ever goes bad, I know who's going to fix it on the road. Here comes Jens. He'll go left side now for Jarrett Granberg. He'll drill it corner to corner. 5:55 on the clock and 30 seconds in the power play chance. Sova bounces over Fanucci's stick, but picked back up and brought back to Joe Sova. He puts a shot toward the goal. Goaltender got a piece of that And they clear it again back to the Nanook blue line in time for another rush for the Nanooks. Although Gensel's going to pick it back up in the corner now for Colorado College. Up. And this is the first puck that we've seen sail into the crowd way upstairs into section 203. And that face-off will come outside the zone with 5:36 to go in period number 2. So 12 seconds of power play time in which to work with now for the Alaska team. 12 seconds on the power play. Face-off will be won by the Nanooks. There's a chance for Clausen. His shot knocked down. With it, they'll work it up and they'll work it out. Here's a takeaway by Nick Yaremchuk. Yaremchuk with a shot on goal and a save as the penalty comes to an end. And we've got a time on the ice now with 5:21 to go as the penalty has come to an end. Alaska 2, Colorado College 1. We'll take a quick 30. This is Alaska Nanook Hockey, and this is the Brice Alaska Go Rush from Fairbanks, Alaska.
What could be better than a new Toyota? How about getting one without ever paying interest? We're talking 0% financing for up to 60 months on 10 of our top-selling models. 0% financing on Camry, 0% financing on Corolla, and 0% financing on the all-wheel drive Matrix. Even 0% financing on Tundras. Plus, up to $3,000 cash back and another $1,000 off with Toyota's military rebate. What could be better? For full details, see your Toyota dealer today.
Business Denali State Bank. 5:21 to go in the second period of play. The Alaska Nanooks 2 and Colorado College Tigers 1. Face-off will take place at the side of goaltender Hall. We're getting the 3 60-second timeouts in between each period to accommodate TV broadcast, but you can't take the breaks during power play situations and in certain scenarios. So that's why this one's a little bit later. You can't take them there.
Makes it tough, especially when you have a good skating game and there's no whistles.
It does. And in the third period, under 2 minutes, they will not take the break. You have to make it up on the post-game show, I guess. Here's a chance for Clausen up to Ron Myers. A nifty move. Myers skates in. Myers side of the circle. Dumps it out front. Skating out front there. Yaremchuk couldn't get the stick on the puck there. The goaltender got to it first. Nanooks again out in the slot to Yaremchuk. Back out top for Scott Enders. Enders back for Myers. Bangs off the backboards. Picked up by Bidwell, the defenseman. Back left point. Nanooks, and boy, Myers with a chance for a redeflect. I don't know if he got a piece of it, but Hull makes the save there. The shot from the left point. Myers looking for a redirect. I don't know if he touched it or not.
Nice save. That's a tough save to make when it's a redirect from the point, Bruce. So he was on his toes on that one. Did a nice job because that was headed to the top of the net.
4 minutes and 51 seconds to go in the second. Fans are getting their money's worth here. Great skating contest here, and kind of the game we expected we would see. On the draw, Colton back in the corner. Back to Cody Koenig. He'll take a shot defensively from Lowry. Help now from Beck. McDermott's back there too for CC. Colton back side circle. Colton back. Back now for Dustin Sather. Sather puts it out front, but McDermott on his stick, and he'll clear it, and it's knocked out by Andrew Hamburg. Hamburg up now for Jayden Schwartz. Schwartz top of the circle. Into the corner now for his brother Ryland Schwartz. Hamburg's out there too. Bouncing puck. Still in the corner. As Schwartz gets it to Jayden Schwartz. Ryland to Jayden. Cleared Nanooks as they'll bring it back the other way on the right side. Here comes Dustin Sather. Sather to the trailer. Koenig out front for Beck, and again he was in that crease area looking for a rebound opportunity. Boy, cleared back out center ice. 4 minutes to go in the second. 2-1 Alaska. Hope you're enjoying the broadcast in southern Colorado. Colorado Springs tonight in Fairbanks and Fox 7. Statewide GCI, America1.com, and 91.5 KSUA. Randberg out top for Bryant Molly. A quick shot. That one's deflected to the corner. Picked up defensively by Eamon McDermott. McDermott lifts it in. They'll chase it down. Line change Colorado College, and this will be an icing call whistled down against the Tigers. With 3:36 to go.
Again, end-to-end action, Bruce. Good hockey, physical hockey both ways.
Nanook Pep Band in the background making lots of noise. And here's the Bryant Molly shot. And again, you got a guy lined up out there trying to maybe get a redirect, trying to redirect that shot.
Nanooks will get Andy Toronto back, probably less than a minute left in this second period, I believe.
Yes, they will. His penalty was whistled down at 8:14. the draw. Rylan Schwartz against Jared Cranberg. It's Penavello battling Lowry for it. Into the corner. And again, 4 players go for it right side of the Colorado College net, and long enough to get a whistle and a stoppage of play here with 3:22 to go. So 3:22 to go in the period. Only goals in the game. Jarrett Granberg at 13:56 of the first, giving the Nanooks a 1-0 lead. Jaden Schwartz a power play tally to tie things up at 1, and then less than 2 minutes later, Carlo Finucci's first of the year from Clausen and Yaremchuk. It's 2-1 Alaska. Clausen will take the draw against Deneen, and Jensel picks it up along the boards, near sides it, and cleared now by Hall. Tim Hall on left wing. They come down 3-on-3. Hall with a nice move over skates, drops it back now for Tyler Johnson. A quick shot, and boy, Grenham at the right place at the right time to come up with the stop.
He looks solid and confident tonight, Bruce.
He does.
You can just tell when you look at a goaltender if they're fighting a puck or they want the puck. And I think he's made some really good saves tonight, just like the CC goaltender, but he looks like he's on his A game.
Hasn't seen a whole lot of shots. You take a look at the Blue Gold game, and in that Windsor game, he faced all of 4 shots in the exhibition game against Windsor, and
that's the tough part. He hasn't seen a lot of, even against North Dakota, they had 30 shots, but they weren't buzzing net by any choice.
Nanooks are cleared out. Clausen in front of the player bench area for Finucci. Leads it now for Yaremchuk. Yaremchuk skates with an out front backhand opportunity. Save made, shot. Let's see. No indication of a goal. The net's knocked off the mooring. Nanooks thought it went over the goal line. A great opportunity, but boy, they are really crashing the net there as it came loose, and the goal light did not come on, and no indication of a goal for Alaska. With 2:56 in the clock, and now the referee may call some penalties here. Let's wait and see. He's coming over. We may have some goaltender interference. We mentioned that both the referees are going to converge right now, and maybe they are going to determine if maybe that puck did not or did go in the net.
Well, they'll probably review it, Bruce. And
yes, they are.
Certainly the Nanooks nice give and go feed. They crash the net, and hard to say if that puck went across the line, but I guess that's what this replay will show. If the net, they'll be able to determine if the puck, 1, if it went across the line, 2, if it did go across the line, did it do it before the net came off the moorings and before there was a big scrum in front of the goaltender.
Well, I know the Nanooks are not afraid to get dirty down there, and I've noticed Colton Beck's been able to get down there in time to take some past Yaremchuk. Some of our smaller guys not afraid to get in there and mix it up and try to do anything legally to score a goal. Coach Dallas Ferguson, 3rd year for the Alaska Nanooks, working the chalkboard down there to make sure the guys are executing the plays.
Well, I tell you what, speaking of executing the plays, tonight I'm starting to, what I think for the first time, see some chemistry in the lines for the Nanooks. A lot of new players trying to fit in, coaches trying to figure out what they got, and I'm starting to see some chemistry with their passing, the give and go, touch passes, and creating some pretty good offensive chances. So it's been a good game for the Nanooks as far as the growth of this team.
Well, it's a fine time to do it. Just the exhibition game, the 2 tournaments, and Central Collegiate Hockey Association play next weekend at Michigan State University. Friday's game on Comcast and Fox 7 will be on the radio at 2:45 and then 12:45 on Saturday. CCHA policy: during a close, questionable controversy or play where no call is made, no video replay will be allowed. We've seen that a lot, and we've seen it accidentally get shown in some of the arenas, and I bet you somebody's paid for that one.
Well, they got a camera at the ceiling straight down on the goal line. So what that official will be able to see is a shot of whether the puck crossed the goal line, and if it did cross the goal line, because the net did come off, did it cross the goal line before the net came off? So he's really looking for 2 things. It's a moot point if it never crossed the goal line.
I'm thinking 3, maybe somebody in the crease too, because like I say, they crashed that blue area. So
they were all in the crease.
Yeah. So
I mean, both teams were in the crease at that point.
Hey, notice that shot went on the camera real quick on the video play and then came back out quickly. That's what they're looking at, that little monitor. He doesn't get the 62 big inch high definition picture to make a decision on either. So
well, this could be huge. If I'm not anticipating it's a goal, Bruce, but if he's seeing something that no one in this house can see, and we'll know in just a second if he waves it off for points.
Look at the Nanook bench here. There'll be some cheers here momentarily. I'm not so certain he's going to not take another look at. Maybe he wants the other guy to take a look here now. think they're going to give them the official explanation as to how they're going to rule it here. No go. So no go, probably the right call.
Well, again,
Obviously
he
not
had
for
the best
Nanick,
shot in the house with that camera.
So the face-off will stand to the side of goaltender Joe Howe. So the face-off again deep in the CC defensive zone is Clausen to Finucci. Back behind the goal. Jensel gets to it first. Jensel for Colorado College. They work it to the side of the goal for Marciano. Intercepted by Derek Clausen. Clausen with the puck. But it's taken away by Archie Skelback. Skelback will clear it center. Tracked down by Bryant Molly, who lifted high, and as he tries to lift it in the zone, it goes out of the over the 8-foot glass here and out of play. So we'll stop the clock with 2:35 to go. 2-1 hockey game. Alaska on top of CC. Nanick's at Michigan State and Colorado College at Minnesota State. Now we're going to face it up at center ice. It's where they'll conduct the face-off to make things kind of fair and square. Schwartz against Kunik as Ryland lost it. Now back, and now we've seen 3 or 4 pucks end up in the crowd after we didn't see any all day yesterday.
Well, it's tough to get a puck into the crowd with this glass seems to go almost to the rafters. I mean, it's huge, and it's actually the one good part is certainly there's not many stoppages to play. We get enough of them with the media timeouts.
And good that the fans have the seamless glass out there. They got a great view down there. Again, the arena opened up back in 1992, the John A. Carlson Community Activity Center here in Fairbanks, right on the banks of the Chena River. A little outside of downtown and not quite to the airport. Here's a chance for Hamburg. Hamburg with a quick shot. Bouncing puck goes wide to the corner, tracked down by McDermott. Back over now for Jaden, or make it Ryland Schwartz. Ryland Schwartz with an opportunity. And Grenham holds his ground. Puck cleared now by Aaron Jens. Jens motors down, left wing. Jens between the circles out front. His pass to Kunik was deflected and knocked loose. Jaden Schwartz will pick it back up. Jaden Schwartz takes a hard hit to the boards here as we're down to less than 2 minutes to go in the second period of play. Up the ice comes Hamburg. He'll flip it in. Picked up by Bryant Molly. Molly back behind his own red line. A little bit of pressure. He'll bring it up the ice. And it's steered in by Dustin Sather. Jensel back to pick up. We'll get an icing call whistled down against Alaska with 1:34 to go. And the faceoff back to Scott Grenham, the kid from Ontario, Canada.
Pretty good crowd here tonight. Bruce is the fans are coming in to see a pretty good hockey game here at the Carlson Center.
And getting their money. We've had really 4 great hockey games here this weekend.
It's been a good tournament.
All 1-goal games, right? All 1-goal games so far.
Yeah, so far.
We had 2-1, 4-3, and 4-3. Here's a chance now. Right on goal. Shot by Jensel. A save made by Grenham. Nanick's clear it up and clear it down. Marciano back with Jensel. 1:25 to go. Left in the second period of play. Bruce Check. Scott Rosellis, Carlson Center, Fairbanks, Alaska. It's the championship game of the 2010 edition of the Brice Alaska Goal Rush, where the Alaska Nanics are leading the Colorado College Tigers by a score of 2-1 late here in period 2. Looks like somebody had a stick, and we're going to see a hooking call whistle down. So let's see.
Nanick's going on the power play here.
A hooking penalty coming up.
I think he lost his stick as he was hooking.
So the hooking penalty against Colorado College at 18:52 will put the Nanics on their 3rd power play chance according to my numbers. And Colorado College has had 4 chances with the extra skaters. So the remainder of the period here, let's see what the Nanics will do. Hooking is the call, and whistle down against Tyler Johnson. So Johnson 2 for hooking. Jens back at the point. Sather back on top to Jens. Jens to Joe Soba. Back for Jens between the circles. Off the backboards to Jared Granberg. Granberg back for Jens, and a job by Soba to keep it alive. Soba back for Finucci. Finucci back out top for Joe Soba. Soba gets it to Granberg in the corner. We've got 45 seconds to go. Lost it, and the puck is taken away by Deneen. And then cleared out to Hall. Hall is collided at center ice nicely by Jens, and the puck picked up by Finucci. Quickly up the ice. Oh, Nanick's will be whistled down on the offsides. Looked like Granberg was going to get the puck, and when it went on the stick of Sather, Granberg was a stride over the blue line. Offsides whistled down against the Nanics.
Yeah, 2 players in the same area, and I don't think Sather knew that that puck probably was to Granberg, who was ahead of him. And anyway, 30.7 seconds left, 1:23 on this Colorado College penalty. So that, pending the Nanics scoring in this period, will carry over.
Winkler's able to get the draw, and it goes all the way down the length of the ice. So time for one more rush as Brian Molly almost lost his footing back on the ice. It's kind of getting a little rougher here as the period winds down. He'll lift it high into the corner, bounces back to the side of the goal, steered there by Hull. Marciano picks it up with 10 seconds on the clock. Now Colton Beck trying to muscle it loose, gets him up now from Kevin Petavello. Final seconds are ticking down. Back to the point now for Enders. He kept it onside, fanned on it, back on top, and the buzzer will go. The horn will go to end period number 2. Well, we doubled the outputs of goals because Jaden Schwartz scored a power play goal at 6:04 to tie up the hockey game at a goal apiece, with Genzel and Ryland Schwartz getting the assist to tie the game at 1. And then a minute and 53 seconds later at 7:57, Lennox reclaimed the lead at 2-1 on Carlo Finucci's first goal of the year from Clausen and Yaremchuk. That's where we stand at 2-1 after 2 periods of play. So each team with the goals. Shots unofficially in that second period of play. Colorado College had 7 for a 2-period total of 16. And for the Alaskan Lennox, they have 8. They've got 16. So about as close as you're going to see. 16 shots and a 2-1 lead for the Alaskan Lennox. We'll take another 2-minute timeout. Bring it back in between periods 2 and 3. And with the score, the Alaskan Lennox 2 and Colorado College 1. This is the Brice Alaska Go Rush. This is Alaska Nanook Hockey.
At Helios Design, we know how it is, especially in Alaska. Our vehicles and toys are our best friends. We count on them day in and day out for work and play. Turn up the heat on your vehicle, whether a car, truck, SUV, airplane, snow machine, or ATV. At Helios Design, we create custom wraps and graphics uniquely designed for your best friend. Got a custom idea in mind? We can make your ideas a reality. Turn up the heat with Helios Design on University Avenue, 458-7788.
Hello from Husqvarna. Around the world, people know our rugged chainsaws and trimmers and mowers as the best in the world. But in your country, some people do not know how to say our name. So I teach you now how to say Husqvarna. You say husk like corn, var like varnish, without the ish, and na like nah, I don't want any other stinking chainsaw or trimmer or mower. I want a Husqvarna. Husqvarna. Tough name, tough equipment.
Denali State Bank and Calypso both are about building community
and about helping things grow.
Calypso Farm is a local production farm, and we're about educating the community about where food comes from and how to grow more of it. Community is about people-to-people contact, and that's what we get at Denali State Bank. I know the people and I trust the people. We have that connection.
Growing our community. Calypso Farm and Denali State Bank. Come grow with us.
Fox Monday is the most compelling night on TV. First, as the smallest patient fights to survive, can House perform a miracle?
It's insanely risky to open her up.
Jennifer Grey guest stars.
Why does baby seem like she's cured? I have no idea.
All new House. Then, is Lightman involved with a corrupt cop? He'll risk everything.
What do you see in her account?
To find the truth.
I can't lose the one cup I can squeeze on the street.
All new Lie to Me. It all starts Monday at 8/7 Central on Fox.
From Pee-wees to the pros, Sport King will keep you in the game. Sport King. Their phone number is 479-2820. Roger McKinnon, Sport King.
Back here at the Carlson Center in Fairbanks, Alaska, in between periods 2 and 3, where the Alaskan Lennox have taken a 2-1 lead over the Colorado College Tigers in the championship game of the 2010 edition of the Brice Alaska Go Rush, the 3rd annual event here in Fairbanks. Scott, Colorado was able to come back and get the equalizer to make it a 1-1 hockey game. That goal coming out the stick of Jared Schwartz, but a minute and 53 seconds later, the Lennox reclaimed the lead on the goal off the stick of Carlo Finucci.
Yeah, it was a big goal for Alaska, too, as CC, as you said, came back to tie this game up, and then a couple minutes later, Lennox regained that lead. That's a big one for them.
Well, this game was certainly wide open in that first period of play. We saw a lot of up and down action. Right now, it seems to be a battle in the corners, a lot of neutral zone play, and we're seeing these guys really have to work for everything they're getting right now.
Absolutely. It's physical. It's quick skating. It's really just, as we said throughout this game, it's been a very good hockey game. Both coaches can't be too upset with the way their teams are playing right now.
I know that it's only the basically the third week of the season for these guys when you count the exhibitions and the preseason goes, but you've got to be happy as every game you're seeing improvement on both hockey teams here. And like I say, both coaches have to be happy with what they're seeing here with league play coming up next weekend. The Lennox down at Michigan State, and you're going to see the Colorado College team at Minnesota State Mankato. go.
Yeah, it'll be big weekends as both teams start their conference play. Nanook, both teams, I believe, on the road.
Started Thursday night with the big banquet at the Westmark Conference Hotel and Conference Center as all the teams showed up and the players and coaches got to speak. We had session 1 last night, session number 2 today. Hopefully some of these teams and some of the fans that made up had a chance to see some of the Alaskan experience.
Yeah, you would hope. I know they're up here for business hockey, but there's several neat things to see up here, whether it's the Great Alaska Pipeline or Chena Hot Springs. There's a number of things. I doubt they got out too much, but hopefully they got a chance to see some of the things that makes Alaska unique.
Snow on the ground. I hope they had a chance to go out to North Pole and see old St. Nick, Santa Claus. You never know.
Yeah, the North Pole lives here real close, North Pole.
Great tournament coming up for 2011 and 2012. Next year we got Mercyhurst and
Nebraska-Omaha.
Yeah, should be a good tournament. And in 2012 we'll see North Dakota come up here along with
Merrimack. From the Hockey East.
I was testing you. You did really good.
Thank you.
Long night here. Certainly the first game goes a little bit long. We watched UAA and Union play. Union has a very good team in the ECAC. They'll be battling our old coach Guy Godowski in that team.
They're a good hockey team. There's no question. They impressed me. They certainly have some players that know what to do with the puck. They had some great goals this weekend, and certainly they had a good year last year, and I expect them to be right up near the top of ECAC this year.
And Dave Scheich has to be happy with Oesing with his UAA hockey team. They were not predicted to do too well in the WCHA, but I'll tell you what, they've come out and we've seen them play 4 very good hockey games in their tournament and in our hockey tournament.
I tell you, what I've seen is they're not a team. If you build up a lead against this team, it's not safe. They have the ability to come back, and they've showed it a couple of different times.
Scott Owens has to be happy too. 16 of his 26 players on the Colorado College roster are just first or second year players. So it's fun as a coach. You get to develop these guys, teach them the skills, and hopefully they deliver the results and get you to an NCAA tournament bid.
Yeah, Colorado College. It's going to be interesting. I mean, all teams have high expectations at the start of the year. CC's no different. They're a team that just missed the NCAA tournament last year, but they're a team that's either in it or on the bubble, usually every year. They haven't had a losing season since the beginning of time, or it's been a lot of years. And so I expect they're going to be around the hunt for NCAA tournament when it's all said and done.
Speaking of tournaments, uncharted territory for the Alaskan Nanoks last year. Got a chance to go to Worcester, Massachusetts for the Northeast Regional out there with North Dakota and Yale and the Alaskan Nanoks. And of course the national champion Boston College Eagles, a 3-1 hockey game. It was 1-1 late in the contest. They made a 2-1 lead and an empty net goal. But boy, the Nanoks give BC their best game of the tournament and give them all they can handle.
You know, they went toe-to-toe, could have gone either way. It was a great effort by the Nanoks against an outstanding BC team.
You know, it's one thing, you get to Joe Louis Arena and for the Nanoks, the CCHA championships at Joe, and you want to get as high as you can, get in the playoffs, try to get down to the Joe Louis, but boy, that experience at the NCAA leaves that taste in your mouth that these guys want to go back again.
Well, they do. There's no guarantees. There's a lot of college teams that have their sights set on that. Only a handful make it, so it's not easy to get back there, but the Nanoks certainly have a team, Bruce, that I think is capable of getting back there. They just got to prove it on the ice.
16 teams make the tournament, and the Nanoks, we're like, I think 13th or 14th. If I can remember.
Seating-wise last
year?
Yeah. Yeah, I think they ended up being the 13th seed out of the 16-team field.
That's why every game's important. We mentioned these tournaments here. You go by the quality of competition, the WCHA. You want everybody here to, you want to beat the teams, but then you want the teams you beat the other teams.
Exactly. I mean, that old pairwise ranking
points
comes these early games. Last year, the Nanoks had success early. They beat Michigan early in the year, and Michigan had a great run last year at the end of the year. And this weekend they're playing Colorado College and Union, teams ranked in the top 20. So they beat Union last night. This game's still to be determined, but that could have an impact for all the teams at the end of the year on how Alaska did or how CC does or Union, and who determines get those at-large bids.
And for the Nanoks last year, they got points, I believe, in every CCHA series 1 year ago, and certainly that ended up down the stretch and giving those brownie points they needed.
Yeah, no, they found a way to get points, and that's crucial. It's hard to get points. It's hard to sweep, and it's hard to, the CCHA is so competitive, as is the WCHA, so points are at a premium.
Well, the WCHA unanimously picked North Dakota to win it. Guys like Colorado College and Denver, and teams like Minnesota will have something to say about that, but North Dakota was the coach's pick to win this thing this year. I think Colorado College says, hey, let's wait and see.
That's exactly right. I mean, they've got a lot of great teams in the WCHA, so flip a coin. There's going to be several teams vying for that championship, but North Dakota stands out. They're going to be a team to reckon with, probably Wisconsin as well.
We're 20 minutes away from determining the champion of this year's 2010 Brice Alaska Go Rush, a 2-1 hockey lead for the Alaskan Nanoks over at Colorado College. We will take a 2-minute timeout, bring it back to the Carlson Center. We're between periods 2 and 3, 2-1 Alaska. This is the Brice Alaska Go Rush, and this is Alaska Nanook Hockey.
In most cases, child abuse is obvious.
Kids, I told you no. Oh, I've told you more than 1,000 times. You're killing me.
But sometimes it's not as obvious as you might think. Neglect is abuse too. Make sure your child is properly buckled in a car seat or seatbelt depending on age and weight every time they ride. Let's keep our children safe and abuse-free. This message is brought to you by Dr. Robert D. Dingman, serving Fairbanks for over 25 years, and by Tanana Valley Television.
The winter is ready for you, but are you ready for the winter? Get your car winterized with parts from Napa Auto and Truck Parts. Keep the heat going with heater pads for your battery, oil pan, and transmission. They've got the engine heaters you need too, and the 3-socket light-up power strips to plug everything in. A battery built for winter will last the longest, and Napa has you covered with the Power, Legend, and Optima Series batteries. Be ready for winter and get what you need to survive it at Napa Auto and Truck Parts.
Want to make a difference in your community but don't think you have the time? Maybe being a school-based mentor is perfect for you. It only takes 1 hour a week, and we can match you with a child at a school that is most convenient to you. Most of our school-based volunteers visit a child during their lunch hour, and that's all it takes to make a difference. Start something big in a child's life.
Like it or not, a lot of the decisions that affect Alaska's future are made in Washington. For instance, now our oil pipeline is 2/3 empty, and the policies from Washington will either help us fill it back up or keep it in decline. You can decide which candidates will have the skills to influence the things that matter most to Alaska, like offshore drilling and the gas line. Important times, important decisions. In the end, it all comes down to you. On November 2nd, vote. Alaska needs you.
Here at the Carlson Center, Bruce Check and Scott Rosellis, a 2-1 hockey game with Alaska leading Colorado College with 40 minutes down and 20 yet to go in this one. Well,
yep, and hopefully we're going to get a chance to look at those goals in the second period by CC and by the Nanoks, Bruce, as it's been a pretty good hockey game. We're going to see CC's goal right here, Bruce. It was just a harmless wrist shot. I think it hit a player and then it flipped over there and boom. So it's a good bounce for the Tigers there to tie that game up at that point, 1-1.
That was scored by Jaden Schwartz on the power play. Jensel and Ryland Schwartz getting the assist at 6:04. That tied the game at 1-1 early in period number 2.
And then it wasn't but a few minutes later that the Nanoks came back. Here we're going to get a look at it right now. CC tried to clear it, they couldn't do it, and then basically Clausen came in and steals it and feeds Fanucci. There's Clausen right there, he feeds Fanucci and he just buries it.
And that goal was actually a minute 53 after the Schwartz goal, so Fanucci reclaims the lead at 2-1 for the Alaska Nanoks. Both goaltenders have played very, very well tonight. 15 saves for Scott Grinham and 14 for Joe Howe. In that second period of play, shots were basically an 8-7 advantage for Alaska after Colorado College had a 9-8 advantage in the first, so we're deadlocked at 16. Colorado College, Scott, is 1 for 4 on the power play after going 2 for 6 last night. Nanoks are 0 for 3. Nanoks 5 penalties for 18 minutes. One of those was a 10-minute penalty given up to Andy Toronto, and 3 penalties for 6 minutes for Colorado College.
Yeah, that was a tough one for Alaska. Obviously, you take away your return leading scorer from last year, the CCHA Rookie of the Year, and Andy Toronto, and he's just sitting on the bench for basically 10 minutes, roughly 10 minutes in that period. That doesn't help you. So hopefully he can come out and get loosened up again, so to speak, and get back in the game and contribute.
We mentioned this is the first of 2 trips to the state of Alaska for Colorado College. In 2010 and 2011, they'll come back up here for WCHA play back in January the 14th and 15th at Sullivan Arena in Anchorage, take on the UAA Wolves. Colorado College last year, they finished 6th in the WCHA standings, posting a record of 12-13-3. They were 19-17-3 overall, Scott, and they have not had a losing record overall since 1992 and 1993. That's some pretty impressive credentials.
Well, yeah, they have a great program. A little bit of the history there. Used to play in a facility, the Broadmoor Arena, that was almost like a theater with an ice rink in it, and it was quite a facility, needless to say. But they got funding to build a new, the World Arena, I believe, there in Colorado Springs, and that was a timing when Don Lucia came in. They had some great years and basically took CC to national prominence, and then, of course, Lucia's moved on to Minnesota.
Coach Scott Owens is in his 12th season coaching the Colorado College Tigers. He's got the longest tenure and the most wins at 259, and tonight is his 450th game of coaching college hockey. And as we mentioned, 92-93 the last time his team finished under the 500 mark. So some pretty credentials there. Arthur Bidwell has seen some ice time defensively. He played for the Fairbanks Ice Dogs. Had a chance to talk to Josh Hauge, his coach, last night in between periods. Nanook volleyball team played today. They lost a UAF 3-1 at the Patty Center. They beat them earlier down on their turf. They came up there and beat us on our turf. And yesterday was the first official start of basketball for both the Nanook men's and women's programs. They won't play their first competitive games for the better part of a month. We've got third period action coming up. Should be a dandy. Alaska 2, Colorado College 1. We'll come back in 2 minutes for the start of period number 3. This is Alaska Nanook Hockey from the Brice, Alaska Gold Rush, coming in from the Carlson Center in Fairbanks, Alaska. We're coming back in just 2 minutes.
We got Heineken, Silver Dutch, Jameson, Ruffle, Mid-Old, Milwaukee, Miller, Light, Sam, Manic, Shiner, Bach, Gold, Sluggish, Amplitude, Guinness, Alaska, Amber, Tanqueray, Absolute, Budweiser, Jack, Jägermeister, Crown Royal, Peach Schnapps, Apple Pucker, Old Style, PBR, Malibu, Gold Star's got your beer, man. Your liquor and beer is here, man. The prices will make you cheer, man. Buy your liquor and beer right here, man. I'm telling you loud and clear, man. Gold Star Liquor and Beer. 1855 Van Horn Road. Thank you very much.
Alaska's strong military is vital for the protection of America, and a strong congressional delegation is vital for the protection of Alaska's military. So when you're choosing who to send to Washington, ask yourself, which candidate will fight hardest to keep Alaska's bases open and thriving for the good of Alaska and the good of America? Important times, important decisions. In the end, it all comes down to you. On November 2nd, vote. Alaska needs you.
Log on to KendallAutoAlaska.com and discover the ease of our online negotiation. Join the hundreds that have purchased their next car or truck online and simply picked up their keys at the dealership.
My husband was in Iraq and he ordered the truck online. I went in and signed papers and I was out the door. I would recommend Kendall to a friend, and I have recommended Kendall to a friend.
Whether you're scheduling service or browsing over 1,300 new and used vehicles, KendallAutoAlaska.com is always
simple, fun, and easy.
Being in the building trade for years, the first place I go for supplies is Denali Industrial Supply on South Cushman. Bo, Gary, Mark, and the guys have over 100 years experience in the industry and really know what they're talking about. They have a huge inventory and carry nothing but the best products to help me get my job done right. So if you need building supplies or advice on that project, go to Denali Industrial Supply. You'll be glad you did.
Denali Industrial Supply, 2800 South Cushman. Call 452-4524.
KFXF Fox 7 Fairbanks.
TV and satellite service. Their phone number is 488-DISH. Lou and Adeline Gaudreau. Lou's TV and satellite service in North Pole, Alaska.
Back here at the Carlson Center, we're in between periods 2 and 3 in a 2-1 hockey game, Scott.
Yeah, it's been a great hockey game so far, Bruce, and I expect the best is yet to come in this third period as the Tigers trail 2-1 in a good game. So certainly they're going to throw the kitchen sink, so to speak, at the Nanooks to try to tie this up. And
try to tie things up here in the third period of play. So 2-1 our score, and Colorado College is going to be shorthanded, Scott, for 52 seconds, so the Nanooks still have some power play in which to work with.
That's right.
Playback underway. As the Nanooks lead it by a score of 2-1. Back behind the zone, bring it up now to Jared Granberg. Granberg skates with it. Granberg back behind the net, gets it now to Dustin Sather. Sather skates with it. As we have 30 seconds into the third period of play. Out at center ice. And cleared in by Aaron Jens. Jens back behind the net. Howard tries to stop it. Takes a weird bounce back there. Almost an opportunity there. Last night, Colorado College had everybody that scored a point. There was not one guy that scored 2 points last night.
Well, all the teams finding out the idiosyncrasies of these new boards, dasher system here at the Carlson Center. Certainly the Nanoks don't have any advantage any more than any other team, because a lot of times in a rink, the home team's going to have some advantage and going to know how the bounces work, but they're all finding out together as this was just installed, the first game.
So we've got basically 4 seconds of power play time in which to work with now for the
Tigers are at full strength.
Colorado College team. And the penalty's over. We're a minute into the third period of play. Nanoks now work out front. There's an opportunity. 18:45 to go. Here's a chance for Marciano. Gets it up now for Deneen. Deneen in a race for the puck as he gets to it. He'll take it side of the circle. Just underway with third period of play. It's a 2-1 lead for the Alaska Nanoks. Cleared in by Bidwell. Back to go again now is Bryant Molly. Molly side circle. Keeping his own zone. Hall will try to keep it alive. Kept in by Tyler Johnson. Cleared Nanoks. Too far for Toronto and tracked down again defensively by number 28, Mike Boyan. Boyan's going to carry in on left wing side of the far face-off circles. Puts on the brakes. Got a couple of players camped out front. Brings it back to the trailer now. Lowry with a quick shot. That's deflected on goal. Brennan makes a save. It trickles high into the corner. He made the save. It went straight up in the air. Luckily, it went wide right. Cleared now by Carlo Fanucci. Fanucci motors down the ice. Fanucci with a split. And the goaltender sweeps it away as Carlo came back in. Boy, Carlo Fanucci with a lot of hard work during the offseason, Scott. Got a great scoring chance and nearly split the CC defense.
Yeah, he almost did, Bruce. Didn't quite happen, or he would have had basically a 1-on-0 chance.
Yaremchuk. Behind the net. Lost it. Cleared now. McDermott and company shoot it in. Picked up now by Nick Yaremchuk. Yaremchuk at the blue line. Gets it back to Joe Sova. Sova to Jens. To Jarrett Granberg. He'll clear it now for Carlo Fanucci. Fanucci backhands it. 2.5 into the third period of play. The Alaska Nanoks 2 and the Colorado College Tigers 1. Here's a shot from the point. Blocked down. Hamburg fails to clear it out. Kept in by Bryant Molly. Backhanded, but not quite out. Nice job by Petavello to keep it in. McDermott picks it back up and shoots it back up the ice. Jaden Swartz will track it down. Swartz's shot is partially deflected back behind the net and then picked up by the defenseman Michael Quinn. Quinn skates with it. Quinn, the outlet pass for Toronto, didn't quite see it coming. Squirts right toward the goaltender off the ricochet off the boards. As Colorado College will bring it back up in another quickly paced third period here as Jensel works it in. Got it back over for Skelback behind the goal. Nanoks will reclaim possession of the puck as Petavello back now to Michael Quinn. Quinn back over to Bryant Molly. Nanok player in the right wing falls down. That was Andy Toronto. Intercepted by Quinn. Quinn at center ice shoots it in. Nanoks will get a couple of player changes now as they dump it into the Colorado College defensive zone. 16:15 to go in the third period of play. The Alaska Nanoks 2 and Colorado College Tigers 1. Here's Sova. A long outlet pass goes onside now. Oh, that's Ron Myers. Myers centers out front for Chad Guion, and Guion knocked down in the crease area. Still loose out front and batted and cleared out defensively by Colorado College.
Close bounce there for the Nanoks, and puck just dancing in the crease there that they couldn't get a stick on, but a close chance there.
Big whistle and a start there as the Nanoks will keep the face-off to the side of goaltender Joe Hall. 17-16 shot advantage now for Colorado College. So technically one official shot here in period 3. Silvestri can't clear it out. Nanoks put a shot on goal and a save again made by Howe. Back behind the goal is Chad Guion. Guion to the right point. Jens back to Sova. He fires it on goal. Save made. It ricochets high and out of play. So we'll stop the clock with 15:38 to go. 2-1 hockey game.
Good shift. Ron Myers was out with Chad Guion and Adam Henderson, the Michigan State transfer. A lot of energy on that shift. They put some pressure. Almost popped one, Bruce.
So they'll face it off now right in front of the Colorado College bench with 15:38 to go. Kunik back now to Bryant Molly. Molly along the boards. Along the rim there. Here's Cody Kunik. Kunik avoids a check. Playing it back now for Dustin Sather. Sather camped right behind the Colorado College net. Comes back out to Scott Enders. Enders to Sather, back for Enders. A quick shot steered wide by Howe. It ricochets right off the glass and right back to the goaltender.
Whoa. That was
kind of like racquetball there as it bounced off the back wall there and right into the goaltender's glove hand.
Yeah, by the end of the season, this Natick team should have these boards figured out and where these bounces might go. Here we're going to see it again. Quick shot, bounces, then it comes right back. Boom. Nice glove save.
Face-off stays left hand of goaltender Joe Howe. 15-16 to go in the third period of play. Here comes Tyler Johnson streaking down the ice. He'll work into the zone. Johnson comes in from a tough angle, and Bryant Molly knocks down his attempted shot on goal.
He almost lost his balance, but he recovered to make a nice poke check there.
Bryant Molly stepping up his play here tonight. He'll play it up to Nick Yaremchuk on the left wing. Natics have it bounced back into their zone. Enders will pick it back up. But boy, you're right. These teams are really playing at a very high competitive level here, and both will have to be happy regardless of the outcome tonight, heading into league play next weekend with Colorado College at Minnesota State and the Alaska Natics at Michigan State. Here's Tyler Johnson. Bangs it off a player's skate, brings it back up himself, keeps it onside, and then they've got a piece of Finucci's take. A race for it as Kevin Pettavello motors down the ice. Pettavello skates in, puts on the brakes, trying to work it back for Finucci, blocked down by a CC player, picked up by a Natick, and that shot off the mark. Boy, Kevin Pettavello having a heck of a weekend here for the Alaska Natics. Yes, he has done very, very well as the Alaska Natics. Here's a quick shot out front, goes just wide. Natick player was up in and out front. And that was Andy Toronto. 14:05 to go, 6 minutes, and Scott, we're starting the third period like we did the first. On fire here as both teams up and down the ice. Great scoring chances, both sides. Goaltenders have earned their keeps here this weekend. Jens, and the winner of this one wins the 2010 edition of the Brice Alaska Go Rush. We hope you're enjoying the broadcast wherever you are nationwide tonight. Southern Colorado, all across the great state of Alaska, locally on KFXF, Fox 7 TV, America1.com, 91.5 KSUA, and streaming live compliments of KSUA through ksua.uaf.edu with free audio. Here's Marciano, steered in by Ryland Schwartz, picked up by Enders. He'll play it up along the near board. Skion leads some interference there. Bryant Molly trying to clear it out with help now from Adam Henderson, who's seen some spot duty tonight, the transfer from Michigan State. Back to the point for Bidwell, a shot blocked down by Guion. This is Chad Guion's first official action of the year here, other than the blue gold game.
Thought he played down at Kendall.
Don't think he did. Here's a quick shot on goal.
No, you're
Picked
right.
up by Guion. Guion with a nifty move. Then he's knocked off the play there defensively by Mike Boyan. Brought back in by Jaden Schwartz. His shot high and off the mark. Already 7 minutes into the third period of play. Alaska Natics 2 and the Colorado College Tigers 1. Guion with a race for the puck now with Eamon McDermott. McDermott gets to it first, the defenseman who sports number 7 on the back of his jersey. He'll bring it up on the right side for Schultz. Joe Silva back over now for Aaron Jens. Along the boards, back behind the net and stopped there by the goaltender Hall, playing it for McDermott. On the right wing for Rapuzzi, kept in by Beck. Silva tried to center out front, but Schultz got to it first for Colorado College. Colton Beck, back now to Cody Kunik. Kunik takes a shot from McDermott, looking for some help. Still controlling it is Cody Kunik, getting defensive pressure now from Archie Skelbeck. McDermott down there, kicking it loose on the stick though of Ron Myers. Myers collides now with Ryan Lowry. Myers comes out with it, side of the far face-off circle, back toward the right point position, swings it left side for Joe Silva. Traffic out front. Silva now back behind the goal for Cody Kunik. 11:50 to go. Third period of play. Alaska 2, Colorado College 1. Opportunity for Beck. Again, he's battling now with Skelbeck. Skelbeck picks it up in the near corner, lifts it right side, and the puck is going to be cleared out by William Rapuzzi. Rapuzzi, who scored a goal last night, dumps it in. Line change now, Colorado College, as we are 8.5 minutes down, period number 3. 2-1 Alaska. Natics with goals tonight from Carlo Finucci and Jared Granberg. A power play tally from Jaden Schwartz. Natics back the other way. Shot blocked down as Cody Kunik trying to put a shot on goal. Schultz in transition, comes down with Genzel. Here's an opportunity and a shot on goal. And boy, he just stuck his left glove up there and sweeped it high and off the target. It was Scott Brenham.
Nice save.
Just flipped his arm up there, like glove up there, and got a piece of it. Clausen over skates. Here's Marciano. Back to Genzel. On the left wing, they'll get it for Alexander Krushelnicki. clear it back behind the goal. Taken away nicely by Bryant Molly. Left wing pass and clearing to Carlo Finucci. Finucci goes blue line to blue line. Finucci with a quick shot on goal and a save made by the goalkeeper. 10:42 to go. We'll take a timeout. Alaska 2, Colorado College 1. We're back in 30. This is the Alaska Go Rush. The Brice Alaska Go Rush from Fairbanks, Alaska. And this is Alaska Nanook Hockey.
Each month, Brewster's creates a delicious original appetizer. So original, they call them Brewtizers. Warm up from October's chill with savory nacho chili cheese fries served with sour cream. Enjoy your Brewtizer for lunch or dinner, only $5.95. October's featured beer is Widmer Brothers Widmer Hefeweizen, only $3.75 per pint. Seniors take advantage of a 10% discount at both Brewster's locations. Great Alaskan food, great Alaskan spirits. Brewster's.
.42 to go in the third. The Alaska Nanook 2, the Colorado College Tigers 1. Fans are more than getting their money's worth. They're a great hockey game. Kind of scribbled this is kind of unfair. We've got to make the Brice Alaska Go Rush MVP and all tournament team ballot. We've got ours kind of picked, but you said, Scott, this game's a long way from being over and the stars are yet to be determined out here.
Yeah, exactly. It's going to be, obviously, who wins this game is going to have a say in the voting for all tournaments and so forth. But we got 10 minutes at least left in this game, and it's been quite a hockey game, Bruce.
It certainly has. Face-off will stay right side of goaltender Choho. Both goalies have really played well tonight. We've seen offense, we've seen defense, a little bit of everything in this contest this evening. Two evenly matched teams.
Defense in this period, really, CC, other than that last shot that Grenham made, has not had much to shoot at. The defense has been outstanding.
Here's Bryant Molly losing it to Deneen, and offsides whistle down against Colorado College. So the Tigers on the offsides call. Well, certainly a great experience. I know for these teams early in the season, they travel up, and for Union, this had to be quite a bonding experience. You make the long road trip here, and you get to play two great hockey games against two great teams, and only build you for your strength of your schedule.
Absolutely.
For the Nanooks, they'll be going on the road to Michigan State. And for Colorado College to Mankato, Minnesota against the Minnesota State Mavericks. Here's Bidwell along the boards and up. Shot back in, delayed offsides called against Alaska. The Nanooks will tag up back onside. Out to Tyler Johnson at the blue line. Lifts it up now for Deneen. Deneen skates with it, side of the circle. This shot's deflected high into the far corner where Bidwell gets to it first. Trying to play it back for Hall and Deneen. Soba gets a piece of it. And Joe Soba now will pick it up and sweep it over the far boards and clear it up center ice to Jarrett Granberg. Granberg lifts it to the corner now for Carlo Finucci. Finucci and Lowry back in the corner. McDermott collides now with Kevin Petavello. Puck picked up and cleared by Lowry. Ryan Lowry from Illinois skates with it. He works it out toward the front of the net, but boy, Jens comes back and puts him into the corner wide as before he gets a shot on net. They're doing a great job of pushing him back. Here's a chance now for Ryland Schwartz. And again, a nice takeaway by Jens, who plays it back to Soba. Unlike the North Dakota game last weekend, we were certainly outsized and outmatched. We matched up very well with this team here, Scott. They had defensemen 6'4", 6'5" last weekend.
Yeah, North Dakota brought their A games that weekend and looked very good.
They got a little tired in the third period, we thought. Nanooks used some of their conditioning. Here's a chance now for Andy Toronto as he skates in. Toronto can't get the shot on goal. Ryland Schwartz plays it up now for his teammate Andrew Hamburg. Hamburg back behind the goal, looking for a wraparound chance. Right out front. Nanooks again help out the goaltender as that shot goes just wide. Boy, they had a shot right out in the slider. He weighed about 3 or 4 players out front. It was blocked down. Another opportunity goes wide right and finally cleared out. Everybody's on the same page here as Alaska's able to clear it up and clear it out with 8:39 to go in the third period of play, and Alaska still leading 2-1. Unofficially, they're saying 19-18 for the shots on goal. That means Alaska now with 3 and Colorado College with 2 shots on goal.
Here's that centering pass. It was a quick shot through a crowd, just a bouncing puck, which is always dangerous. The Nanooks were able to finally clear it off to the side.
Jaden Schwartz was the guy that had the scoring opportunity, but 3 Nanooks were down there to help out goaltender Scott Grenham, and they never did get a high-quality scoring chance on net. Jaden Schwartz again has the puck back out top for Marciano. A quick shot high and off the mark. Again, a partially screened Grenham. Bouncing puck out front, steered wide by Bryant Molly. Here's Andy Toronto up and Andy Toronto out. Won't be far enough for the icing call. I think they say Colorado may have touched it. So Colorado College losing it to Colton Beck. He'll steer it back in. We approach 8 minutes to go in the third period of play. The Alaska Natics 2 and Colorado College 1. Back at the point is Joe Sova. Here's Beck. Beck side circle. Back out top to Joe Sova. Over to Jens. He'll fire away. Blocked down nicely by Jaden Swartz. He'll play it back for himself. Jaden Swartz now knocked off his skates on a legal play, as he and William Rapuzzi didn't have a great scoring chance. And now back the other way, we got Schwartz tied up with Jens, and I think both those guys might be going to get a little breather right now. We'll sort things out when we come back, as we'll take a timeout with 7:49 to go in the third. Alaska 2, Colorado College 1. This is the 2010 edition of the Brice Alaska Go Rush. This is Alaska Nanook Hockey.
Log on to KendallAutoAlaska.com and discover the ease of our online negotiation. Join the hundreds that have purchased their next car or truck online and simply picked up their keys at the dealership.
My husband was in Iraq, and he ordered the truck online. I went in and signed papers, and I was out the door. I would recommend Kendall to a friend, and I have recommended Kendall to a friend.
Whether you're scheduling service or browsing over 1,300 new and used vehicles, KendallAutoAlaska.com is always
simple, fun, and easy.
7:49 to go in the hockey game. Regulation time. Alaska 2, Colorado College 1. It was Jared Granberg from Andy Toronto at 13:56 of the first. 1-0 Alaska. Then at 6:04 of period number 2 on a power play, Jaden Schwartz from Gensel and Ryland Schwartz to make it 1-1. A minute 53 later at 7:57. Carlo Finucci's first of the year from Clausen and Nick Yarimchuk. Alaska 2 and Colorado College 1. A heck of a way to conclude the fourth game of this tournament, and the fans are just waiting to see some more action here, enjoying the game here tonight.
Yeah, definitely. It's what college hockey's all about, and this has been a good one. This game's seen it all, Bruce.
We'll face it off right in front of the Colorado College bench as Clausen takes the draw now against Steven Schultz, and McDermott picks it up back behind his own goal. So we have some offsetting penalties, as we've got Jaden Schwartz in the box and Aaron Jens with offsetting 2-minute minors. So with that time on the clock, the Olympic ice, Scott, gets a little bit bigger. We play 4-on-4 hockey here. So 4-on-4 hockey. Lowry plays it up now for Tim Hall. Gets it up now for Schultz. They come down with a chance for a 3-on-2. Here's a chance for McDermott. Blocked down nicely by Joe Sova. He stuck the blade of that stick down there and was able to block down the shot opportunity. Schultz again in the far corner. Takes a pop there from the freshman, Michael Quinn. The more I see this guy play, I think the more I like him.
I like Michael Quinn.
Saw some spot duty last week, and I bet he makes the trip to Michigan State. Here's Marciano. Back to Jensel. He'll work it in. Again, 4-on-4 hockey now for another 66 seconds. Quick shot on go. Brennan makes the save there. Picked up by Sova, up and out to Toronto. Picked up by Jensel at center. Leads it now for Tyler Johnson. Toronto pickpockets it away from him. Here comes Toronto and Granberg down 2 against 2. Granberg with a nifty move and then bumped off the play by Marciano. Boy, did he take a hit there as Marciano not only took the puck away but delivered the hit on Jared Granberg. Deneen back for Marciano. 6:25 to go in the third. They dump it out front. That one trickles through the crease area and wide. A dangerous chance there. Deneen keeps it alive, out of the far face-off circle for CC. He'll play it back for Tyler Johnson. Johnson between his circles. Out front, Deneen. Quick shot on goal. Save made by Grenham. He got a piece of that. Another penalty coming up now to the Alaska Natics. And this will be the 5th power play night of the night coming up for Colorado College, as the Natics will see Bryant Molly take a 2-minute minor at 13:51. So 13:51 looks like, I think it's a hooking call against Bryant Molly, if that's what they give us the indication there. We'll get the call from downstairs at 13:51. So a power play coming up for the Colorado College Tigers here in the third period.
Nanook penalty goes to number 23, Bryant Molly. 2 minutes for hooking. That's number 23, Bryant Molly. 2 minutes for hooking. The Nanooks are on the penalty kill.
All right, so hooking call against Bryant Molly. Nanook penalty killing in at Joe Sova, Derek Clausen, and Ron Myers. So now it's a 4-on-3 power play chance. So 4 against 3 with 2 players already in the box for the Natics and 1 for Colorado College. Shot misfires and cleared down the ice.
That should bring the other 2 players out, so it'll be a 5-on-4 for the Tigers here.
So 5-on-4 opportunity now. The conventional centering pass knocked down by Jens, brought back in though by Jaden Schwartz, who's well rested after serving up the 2-minute minor. Back out top. He'll get it for Schultz. Schultz takes the shot, gets it back over now for Jensel. Jensel back now for Ryland Schwartz. Back over to Jaden Schwartz. Back out top for Jensel. He fires it away. It goes high and wide. Jaden Schwartz will keep it alive. Jaden Schwartz in the circle. Back now for Schultz. Back out front. They center it, and it puck's steered to the corner. Finally picked up, but not cleared out. Now they can't keep it onside. A good job by Ron Myers. He's everywhere. He'll get it up to Jaden Schwartz. Intercepted Joe Sova, clears it down. We are with 5 minutes to go in regulation time. 5 minutes in the clock. The Alaska Natics 2 and the Colorado College Tigers 1 at Michigan State next weekend. Offsides whistled down against Jaden Schwartz. And there's 46 ticks on the clock. So next weekend, Michigan State, television on Fox 7 at 3 o'clock, radio. We'll have it for you at 2:45 Friday and 12:45 on Saturday afternoon. Alaska time. Shots are 2019 now for Colorado College. Had a whole lot of great opportunities here, and credit the defense and the specialty teams here and the coaches for coaching the teams. That puck is cleared right over the Colorado College bench and into the crowd, Scott.
See, that's a little inexperienced by Quinn right there, though. He had a chance just to wrist it down the ice, but he wound up for the slap shot. By the time he got the big wind up, CC player was right in there to poke, check, and deflect out of play. So we're going to have, instead of, icing it, it's going to be right near the Nanook zone.
We're hoping for a radio audience at 91.5 to have the post-game press conference tonight from downstairs. We think we have the bugs worked out from last night, so we'll have the post-game press conference coming up following for our radio audience. A lot of hockey yet to go in this one, folks. 4:40 to go in the third. Alaska 2, Colorado College 1. Tyler Johnson in. Back behind the goal. Crashed off the play by Enders. 20 seconds of power play time. Back out top, Lowry. Lowry back over. Quick shot. Saved by Grenham.
12 seconds.
Andrew Hamburg and company down there trying to make it happen. Hamburg back behind the goal. Pick up in the corner by Winkler. Toward the point, taken away Nanoks. Here comes Toronto and Clausen. They'll just lift it in. Penalties over. Nanoks are back at full strength. They've done a great job. They kill off the penalty. Up the ice comes Lowry. 5-on-5 hockey with 4 minutes to go in regulation time. Quinn back behind the Nanook cage. He'll play it up. Nanook player falls down, but it does squirt out center ice. Boyan with it. Now we get a whistle, and let's see what they're going to call here. Do we have too many men on the ice, or what do we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No.
We are going to get a media timeout here.
We got the media timeout. Okay, we got to get a media timeout with 3:51 to go. So let's take a timeout. With 3:51 to go in the third period of play. Alaska 2, Colorado College 1. We're back in 30. This is the Brice Alaska Go Rush. This is Alaska Nanook Hockey.
The winner is ready for you, but are you ready for the winner? Get your car winterized with parts from Napa Auto and Truck Parts. Keep the heat going with heater pads for your battery, oil pan, and transmission. They've got the engine heaters you need too, and the 3-socket light-up power strips to plug everything in. A battery built for winter will last the longest, and Napa has you covered with the Power, Legend, and Optima Series batteries. Be ready for winter and get what you need to survive it at Napa Auto and Truck Parts.
Tough call here for the Tigers. Too many men on the ice, so we're going to see a Nanook power play, Bruce, here.
I kind of thought that's what we might have saw. Too many men on the ice. This is going to be unofficially the 4th power play chance for the Nanook hockey team with 3:44 to go. So the mission now for Colorado College, kill off the 2-minute penalty. There'll be about 1 minute and 44 seconds on the clock. Of course, this is a team that, if I was not mistaken, I thought I saw some numbers where they can score some shorthanded goals. Given the opportunity, they've got the talent to do it. But I think they're going to try to kill off the penalty, try to keep it a 1-goal game, get a chance to put the goaltender. Of course, Nanook score here. Here's Jens. Back for Sather. Jens fires it away, high and off mark. Toronto picks it up. It bounces over his stick as he tried to pick it up. Cleared back out to center ice. 3:25 on the clock and 1 minute and 31 left to go on the power play opportunity. Puck is shot all the way down the ice. Hall will pick it up. Taken away, though, by Jens. We approach 3 minutes to go. Nanoks 2, Tigers 1. The Bears against the Tigers here. Here's an opportunity for Jared Granberg. Lost it, and again, it's cleared back out by Winkler. Jens at his own blue line. Gets it up to Petavello. Kunik skates in. Offsides called on the Alaska Natics with 2:54 to go and still 63 seconds of power play time. Colorado College with 5 shots in goal here in the third period of play. 3 for the Alaska Natics. But more importantly, it's a 2-1 lead if you're an Alaska Nanook hockey fan on the scoreboard here.
It's been a defensive battle, but not a boring defensive battle. It's been end-to-end action. It's just the teams have tightened it up when the team, whether it's an odd man rush or whatever the case may be, it's been very, very good hockey.
Here's Bryant Molly. Gonna swipe it from corner to behind the net. Stopped there by Howe. Lifted up and drilled down the length of the ice by the penalty killing unit for Colorado College, which includes Alexander Kushiniski, Scott Winkler, Amen McDermott, and Ryan Lowry. Puck cleared in, chasing down Colton Beck. He gets it to Cody Kunik. Now Petavello back behind the net, squirts along the boards there for Bryant Molly. Molly behind the goal. Lowry picks it up. 2:20 on the clock and less than 30 seconds to go in the power play chance for Alaska. Lowry slides it in. They'll get some fresh troops now on the ice as time winds down here in the third period of play. Here's Petavello again, shoots it in. Howell stops it back behind his goal, dropping it back defensively for Marciano. Up and out, too far. Let's see, Hall's going to get to it. So Hall keeps it alive. Hall now back in the corner, battling Joe Sova. Squirts behind the net now for Deneen. He's got Genzel out front. Boy, the centering pass didn't find his stick.
Could see that one developing.
Here's Jaden Schwartz. Back now for Hall. Jaden Schwartz keeps it alive. Jaden Schwartz with a quick shot. Save made by Grenham. Another opportunity to save made by Grenham. 2 shots and 2 saves. Genzel again fires it just wide. 1:32 on the clock. Goaltender still in now for Colorado College. Here comes Ron Myers. Myers with it. Myers looking to work with it in the corner. Back behind the net for Jared Granberg. Back for Dustin Sather. He'll bring it back behind the net again for Ron Myers. Myers side circle. We're down to 1:13 to go. Picked up by Lowry. As Lowry clears, we'll keep our eye on the Colorado College goalkeeper. Brought in now by Hall. He fires it wide. Goaltender's out. Scott, extra skater now as CC's got 6 on the ice. Sather back for Clausen with an empty net. Blocked down nicely by Lowry. Here's Mars, make it number 14, Steven Schultz on the wing for McDermott. We're down to 50 seconds to go. Sova trying to clear it out of the zone. Back to the side circle, up and out. Race for the puck as Genzel gets to it first. Genzel again for Steven Schultz. Cleared in, but cleared back out. Nanoks, 35 seconds on the clock. Schultz in. Clausen to Yaremchuk. Back to track down is McDermott. 25 seconds on the clock. Empty net, extra skater for Colorado College. This place is rocking. Here's Jens with it. Genzel keeps it alive. Genzel clears it in with 15, but on a stick though of Aaron Jens. Jens trying to lift it high to center ice. And McDermott has one last rush. He's got to take it the length of the ice. Dumps it out center for Ryland Schwartz. Nanoks will bat it away. Here comes Andy Toronto. Empty netter. He fires it wide. And this game is over. The Nanoks have won it by a final score of 2-1. And the Alaska Nanoks are going to win the 2010 edition of the Brice Alaska Go Rush. And look out, it's getting ugly at the end here, folks. As the buzzer shows 000, the scoreboard says Alaska 2, Colorado 1. This is not a very pretty scene, as we've got some guys that are tangled up now back behind the Colorado College goal. Not the way you want to see it end, Scott.
No, but I think cooler heads will prevail here. Neither team wants to have players sit out the next game. Great hockey. I mean, you hate to see it end quite like that, but it's an emotional game, Bruce, and they're parted, and Nanoks come away with a hard-fought win.
2-1 Alaska. Game-winning goal is going to go to Carlo Fanucci in that second period of play. I got to figure Scott Grenham will allow just 2 goals on the entire weekend. One against Union and one against Colorado College will certainly be on the all-tournament team. We'll take a timeout. Back to wrap it up for the TV. Our extended radio post-game show coming up shortly. Our final score once again, the Alaska Nanoks 2, the Colorado College Tigers 1. We're back in 2 minutes. This is Alaska Nanook Hockey. This is the 2010 edition of the Brice Alaska Go Rush.
Banks, it's time for your spirits to be lifted as McShane's Carpet Plus presents Together We Stand 2010. Mark your calendars for 2 great back-to-back concerts at the Herring Auditorium, 7 p.m. First, under the direction of international songwriter Norris Garner on October 29th, free to the public with efforts to benefit Joel's Place. Then on October 30th with the Together We Stand Unplugged concert featuring gospel recording trio Barlow Girl and Dove-nominated recording artist Molly Music. Get your Unplugged concert tickets now, $20 in advance, $25 at the door. Visit www.togetherwestand.com. Sponsored in part by Pikes.
On Jet FM, you'll hear today's new hits.
Rain makes corn, corn makes whiskey.
The songs you know.
So I run to you, I run to you.
The timeless music of the legends.
Oh, play me some mountain music.
And everything in between. Your best country music variety is 93.5 Jet FM.
Fox Monday. Can House perform a miracle on the smallest patient?
Why does baby seem like she's cured? I have no idea.
All new House. Then, is Lightman involved with a corrupt cop?
I can't lose the one cop I can squeeze on the street.
All new Lie to Me. It all starts Monday at 8, 7 Central on Fox.
You're watching KFXF Fox 7 Fairbanks.
Viewer discretion is advised.
My son is going to be responsible for the end of the world.
We have to get Peter back.
Previously on Fringe.
This technology